Summon Sign is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Ho, ho, ho! Hello, everyone!
Man.
Welcome to Summon Sign episode 104. Also, the second LSM Christmas special, or Summon Sign Christmas special. Today, joining me, I got my Christmas enthusiast friend here,
Yeah.
Colin Moriarty. Colin,
Love it.
hello.
Love this time of year.
Yeah.
I like Christmas. Christmas is fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's
No
nice,
problem.
dude. How you feeling, man?
I'm all right. I love your festive background. I mean, it's not the first time, but I love the fireplace.
Yeah, that's a new addition. That's
It's really
a new
nice.
one.
Really
very
nice.
cozy. Only if I had a real one back there. I'd be burning up though.
Oh yeah, I know you don't need that, but you got the Christmas tree out now. Does the tree you put the string of lights on yourself and the
No,
ornaments
actually,
and
the
all
tree came with the lights on it. Just that
Gotcha.
little tree. I didn't have to do that, thankfully.
Gotcha. Cool.
I would, but
You got to get a Christmas hat for the slime, like a little.
Oh
Christmas.
yeah, dude. I had a Christmas hat last year, but I don't know where it went. I should have totally got him a little hat. Yeah, and like I don't know, Vivi's back. You can kind of see him. He's hidden
Yeah,
a
Vivi. Yeah,
little bit.
sure.
But yeah, the slime Christmas hat is a good move. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be pretty
it's a
sick.
good one.
Pretty sick. Dagan used to rock a Christmas hat like every year, like around Christmas. He had like a Santa hat.
Classic Dagster.
Yeah,
That's a
Dagster
move.
energy. It actually had like I think Dagan, like when you write on a stocking with like glue, and then you like put the sparkles over it.
Mm-hmm.
And, he had his name on there like that. I always think about him with that nice Santa hat. But Christmas is fine. I have no problem with Christmas. I'm not a big gift guy. I don't want to, I like receiving gifts. They're fun, but it's like we can do enough with the gifts.
Mm.
I have
don't
too
like
many
gifts?
things. Everyone has
Well,
too much stuff.
Just don't ask for gifts. Just
don't-
give the gifts. Yeah, but there you go. So what's the problem then?
Yeah, there's no problem really.
Hmm.
There's no problem. We got the Christmas tree downstairs.
Yes.
We go get a real tree every year.
Yeah. Good.
Do you do that? Do you guys get a real
Yes.
tree? at your
Yeah.
house?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta have that
I
smell.
love that. Yeah. It's fragrant. I like that. I like it that it's like an old tradition that's just been going on for a really long time. So we have that going now. I don't know what your neighborhood's like, but my neighborhood is just covered with children. And so
Oh, so
everyone has their decorations. I mean, people had their Christmas decorations up, no joke, in like the beginning of November.
Wow. Real
And,
early. Okay.
It's like an arms race in my neighborhood, dude. It's crazy. The people got the fucking huge Santa Claus that's taller than the house. They got the things on the roof. They got just all the. It used to just be when I was a kid. When we were kids, it was just like you had some lights. Maybe someone had like the sleigh with a Santa on the front if you were like getting real crazy with it. But now it's just totally.
It's crazy
bonkers.
now.
It's bonkers.
Yeah. Well, it's because you can just go to like Home Depot and buy a 50-foot Santa or something like that so easily. So people just do it.
Right. This dude down the street for us has a Santa Claus that's like literally 3.5 stories high. I think something like that. It's like, what? And I don't give a I'm not like one of these HOA people who are like, I care. No one cares. I'm not saying it from that perspective. I just am so surprised but they all have kids and the kids are into it.
Let the kids have fun.
Because when I was a kid, dude, my mom wouldn't let us use colored lights at all.
What?
Just white lights. That's a very 80s thing. And so we had Christmas tree with white lights on it, and we just put little white candles in all the windows, and that was it. And like wreaths on the windows. Very clean. But when my parents got divorced, I begged my dad to go to the colored lights because my mom wasn't around anymore, and he did it. Probably despite her, Yeah. And we had the colored lights on everything. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Now no one seems to really care about white lights anymore.
No. I mean, they're fine. I don't like when it's all white lights, though. It's kind of boring to me. I mean, it is classy, but I mean, what am I doing here? I'm not the fucking Ritz-Carlton or whatever.
Right.
It's like, let's calm down. Let's have a little fun.
Right.
Throw some color in there.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's like something you see it's like a great point, like at a nice hotel or something. But
yeah. If I was like a blue blood rich person, maybe.
It's a fun time of year, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Vacation and the people love the price. I mean, when I was a kid, I was so amped around this time of year. So
dude,
I totally remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, the school break and the snow. Well, you don't have snow down there, but the snow and the weather changes, and yeah, so it's a cool time of year, and it's exciting to see all the kids amped about it, and Santa Claus and who knows what, and all the rest about the nature of Santa Claus. Krampus, right?
Krampus coming in to steal stuff. Yeah, man. Cozy. It's just such a cozy time, man. Even here in Southern California, it's still cozy. I couldn't even imagine what it's like where you are with like snow actually. God, sitting there, cold. The dog on your lap, playing a game. Nice.
Dogs are in sweaters because it's so cold.
Oh man, yeah. Those little dogs.
They love clothes.
Really, they do?
Yeah, they do. They when we like bring out one of their items of clothing, they like freak out and like run up to you.
They get excited about it?
Yeah,
wow.
They love it. Yeah, they really like it.
Okay. What do you think about people that like treat their dogs like children? In the sense, like they got a stroller, they're putting a dog in it.
Oh yeah, no, that's too much. That's too much for me. I was gonna say like we kind of treat them like our kids, but
sure, because they are like the closest thing you have right now to kids. But but it's like they're a dog, and you know they're a dog. You don't treat them like a human,
right? We talk to them constantly and have the audience knows we have just a shit ton of inside jokes with each other about the dogs, like who they are, like the nature of the dog, like anthropomorphize them to a comical degree. And we love doing that, and it's silly and stupid, but yeah, treat them like children. I don't know. I mean, we do spend a lot of money on them and a lot of time.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you have a dog or a cat, you're gonna spend money on them. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, like Rush just had to get a couple teeth extracted. So yeah, it is what it is, but they don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, my whole thing is just let a dog be a dog if it wants to be a dog. It's like, let's calm down. You could treat it like a loved one. Of course, it's a family member, but it is a dog still. Let it be a dog. Let it sniff. Let it roam the grass. Let it walk, outside. Don't put it in a stroller.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I when I lived in California in LA, there was a woman that lived in my building. I lived in like a luxury apartment building in Santa Monica. So there's all sorts of like weird, wealthy people and like transient people that are just there for a little while. And there was this one woman, she was nice. She had like some sort of small dog, and the dog used to wear shoes.
Really?
Yeah. Now I've seen dog shoes before. They don't typically they walk weird when you put them on typically because they can't feel like, it doesn't feel right to them. But her whole thing was like the dog never walked outside without its shoes on so that it wouldn't get its feet dirty and then get that inside the apartment. And I'm like, that's insane. So every time I'd go and walk Lola outside, she'd be out, not every time, but often I'd run into her and it's like a little dog with fucking shoes on its feet.
Yeah.
That's human-like to me.
That is human-like, yeah. Something about dogs with shoes is very funny to me.
It's you should look up like dogs walking in shoes because a lot of them don't know how to do it. Like they don't know. Like, they lift their feet really high. It's really cute.
It's like against their nature.
Right.
Wearing that shit.
This woman forced it to where this dog never walked outside barefoot, which I just thought was
that's crazy.
Completely hilarious. Actually.
Yeah, that is hilarious, but it's crazy.
You have a dog?
No, not anymore. I've had dogs growing up though.
No,
I love dogs. They're great.
Oh yeah. Will you get another one, you think?
Eventually, yeah. Just not yet, but I do. Eventually, we'll get another dog for sure.
Boston Terrier?
No, probably a Corgi. I think I'm leaning towards right now.
Like the Queen.
Exactly, like the Queen. Maybe a Shiba Inu. I'm not sure. I have a thing for like terriers, like Jack Russells, because we had a rat terrier growing up.
Boston Terrier.
It's like a hunting dog, and I mean he was an asshole, but I loved that dog. He was great.
I just absolutely adore dogs.
Like they're so awesome, dude. Dogs are great. Dogs are the best.
They were always these neutral things in my life. I didn't grow up with dogs. I grew up with cats.
Yeah.
My friends had dogs. I wasn't like I was scared of them or didn't want to be around them. I used to walk my friends' dogs with them and stuff like that. But they were kind of this neutral thing. In fact, I used to kind of dread when random people would have a dog and you'd go to their house.
Yeah.
Because then, you got to deal with the dog. But now it's like, no, I'm that person and my dogs are those dogs that annoy the shit out of everyone. Yeah. So it is what it is. But they're such wonderful and interesting creatures.
Yeah, man's best friend, dude.
Yeah, I wish I understood that earlier, but that was a non-stop. Like, there's no way my dad would have let us. My dad didn't even want us to have cats.
Oh, really?
We used to Dagan can tell these stories better than I could because I was young, but there was once or twice where we basically just adopted a cat that was an outdoor cat and brought it indoors. And since my dad was just never home because he was always at the fire, like doing 3-day tours at the firehouse, like he just never even really knew for a while that we just had a cat. Funny. And we'd like put it in the basement when he was home.
That's hilarious, dude.
Really, really weird shit. But my dad too, like he, when he married his newer wife or whatever, they've been together for a long time now. She had a dog and he fell in love with dogs too. There's just something about them once you're in proximity to them.
Yeah, you spend time with them. You're like, damn,
they're great.
This rules.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Cats are great too, but I love...
Yeah, nothing against cats. We never had cats growing up because my mom and my brother are allergic to cats, so we never had them. I like dogs way more, just their personalities.
Yeah, I do too.
But no disrespect to cats. Cats are their own
I'd like
thing.
A cat as well. We'd like to get a cat at some point. Like,
sure, yeah.
A cat and 2 dogs, that sounds good to me. We have enough space, I think. I don't want any more than
sure,
that.
Yeah. Just gotta be careful with those cats. Make sure they come home eventually.
Yeah. I'd want the indoor
cat, yeah. It's like, how do you do that though? Like, how do you pick an indoor cat? Like, you gotta make sure they're an indoor cat. You just lock them in the house, I guess.
I guess so. I mean, that's what I've had indoor cats most of my life. Like my brother had his cats, but then eventually, so we had Sylvester and Lancelot. Those were the 2 like outdoor, indoor kind of cats. And then we had
Chun-Li, right?
Chun-Li was later, yeah. So that was my first cat.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had Sylvester and Lancelot. That was probably in like the late 80s into the 90s and in the early 90s. And then my brother had 2 cats after high school, Shampoo and Djibouti.
Djibouti?
Yeah, which is the African country, of course.
Yeah, that's such a dang name.
And Shampoo is named after the Ranma character. And then
dork.
And then for my birthday in '93, I got Chun-Li, who lived until 2009.
Wow.
And she actually died. She lived ended up with my stepdad in my dad. He worked for the FBI for a long time. He was in Washington, D.C. and he just lived with the cat there. Whoa. And then she ended up dying. But then we had that. And then we had Yit, which was my sister Allie's, Yit. It was originally Yiul, Yil, which was supposed to be like a little, like a kid saying little.
Yeah.
But then we ended up calling her Yit.
It's
and then we had the last cat I had was Slinky.
Dude, good cat names. Slinky's a great cat name.
I named her. It's a boy actually. I named him Slinky because the 311's first record when they were in like high school. There's a song on it called Slinky Girl, and we thought it was a girl, and then it was like no, it's a boy. But we just stuck with the name.
With Slinky, man. Yeah. I mean, that's a funny name. I like that, dude.
And I had a cat with my girlfriend in high school or in college. She ended up with the cat when we graduated. Nia. Which I also named. It was short for Niorun, Niorun, which is the Norse god of sleep. And the reason I named her that was because she used to you could like pick her up and like move her around and like do things. Like she would just stay asleep. It was really weird. So I named her that.
Yeah. It's a nice cat, dude. Yeah.
Love
cats always like, I'm not as comfortable around cats just because I never grew up with them, but I always just have like this weird, always in the back of my mind, just a little bit like this cat's going to fucking jump on me.
They're crazy.
Claw me.
They're not as domesticated as dogs.
Yeah.
Different relationship. Yeah. But shout out to cats and shout out to dogs.
Yeah. Shout out to dogs, animals. Cats, pets. Yeah.
Animal kingdom.
Do you have any other pets besides dogs and cats?
Yeah. Well, I didn't. In my family, we did though. Like, so my brother had a pet scorpion. I've talked about that before. His name was Wellington. Dude,
Dagan is a psychopath. It sounds
he had a scorpion. And then we had a rabbit named Ricochet.
Cool.
And the story about Ricochet is that he froze to death outside.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
And I think that's it. My mom, when I was a little kid, my mom found like a dying squirrel and like nursed it back to health.
Whoa.
And we gave it a name, but I can't. Oh, it was Ichabod.
Another great name.
Yeah, it was the squirrel name. Dagan came up with a lot of these.
Dude, Dagan has good. Yeah, he's good at naming animals and stuff. That's awesome.
I named Chun-Li and I named Slinky.
Yeah.
But that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are good
names.
And
I named Rush and Treble.
Yeah,
those are the only animals I've ever named.
Well, what if you get a cat? Is it going to be another? There's like no Mega Man cat that I can think of.
There is Tango is the Mega Man cat, but
Tango.
But no, Micah will get to name the next animals.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I've dominated the naming.
Well, she's going to name it something dumb like Bort or.
Yeah, she's going to name it an awful name, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be terrible.
Bort.
Yeah, I could just see that.
Bort the cat.
Yeah, Bort or something. I had a frog growing up, or like we had like a tiny little aquarium, very tiny in our room. We had these frogs that they like swam underwater like the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
My
exactly
sister
sure.
Allie had those. A couple of those.
But they were very tiny. I remember one of them, I think he ate so much he died. He like ate himself to death. I was like, holy shit. I mean, I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what it seemed like when I was a kid. Maybe my dad just told me that to make it less bad. But I just remember him being really fat and floating near the top. I was like, what the hell?
My friggin' accountant is texting me. 220. Hold on a sec. He needs to just get into my account. So
okay.
Just copy this and this.
Getting hacked.
Yeah, he's like he's a funny guy, which he's just like so random. He's like, it's time.
Is he a listener?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's not. I actually met him in California just because he was down the street from me in Santa Monica. So that was like just a place I went and we ended up becoming friendly. And he's actually, most of his business is actually porn stars.
Really? Yeah. Interesting.
And he's been doing it since the 80s, and his business was getting like so unwieldy that he basically cut a bunch of his clients that weren't making enough money. Or like that weren't lucrative enough. So like to focus on, and I made the cut.
Wow. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, look at you.
Shout out to
Mr. Moneybags over here, Richie Rich.
But he's a nice guy. And but his business, like if you go to his website, his business is like mostly for like a porn star clientele, which is funny.
Whoa,
like adult entertainment.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy.
So he's an expert in like the entertainment field. So I think I was like kind of one of his segues, and he has like more podcast people now. I think because I kind of got him comfortable with that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. He's a nice guy.
It's good to have an accountant if you need it. Absolutely. I mean, you have so much stuff to manage. So yeah, 100%.
I mean, I used to do my own taxes.
Dude,
when I had like
never
a normal job.
Hell no.
Well, I would use like, TurboTax or something. I wouldn't like do it myself, but I mean, I would do it myself. I wouldn't like fill out the paperwork.
It's like, I would rather pay someone to do my homework if it's not unreasonable.
Well, for you, it's like, so you don't do your own taxes?
I have someone to do it for me.
Well, that's a kind of 6 of 1, I guess, because like, I'm surprised you just don't use TurboTax or something and just be like,
well, it's because I have so many like write-off things and all that shit. Do
you meet the minimum deduction though? Because isn't the minimum deduction like $7,000 or something? I'm always fascinated by that, because like I see people like clipping and like keeping all of these like things, and I'm like, you can't possibly be reaching the minimum deduction. Like everyone just bets to write off a certain amount.
Write off like everything possible, that you can't.
Oh, you should.
Everything. Miles I used to write off and all that kind of stuff.
You
all
definitely
that shit.
do.
Everything can.
It's funny too, because there's like a whole, and I'm sure you know this, like there's a whole level of aggression with accounting, like conservative accounting and like liberal accounting. And I'm very conservative, where I'm like, I don't want to do anything not untoward, but like it's like, this is fine. I don't need to like get too crazy into the weeds and like solicit any unwanted attention. Yeah. The IRS is the one organization where I'm like, just take whatever you want, leave me alone.
Yeah, I don't fuck with the IRS. Yeah. No. I'm not doing that.
So yeah, he's taking care of business right now. I haven't paid myself yet this year, so I have to figure that out.
That's a funny concept, paying yourself. It's like you have to for taxes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like, so Last Stand Media is an LLC. It's a pass-through corporation, so I have to pay taxes on the money. I don't have to take it though. So I could pay taxes on the money and leave it there. Let's say there was like, I had $10 in the account and I paid taxes on it. Then at any time in the future, I can just take $10 out of the account and never pay taxes on it again. So it's just 6 of 1. We're treated, it doesn't even matter. We're treated as an S corporation by the IRS, but
man, it's so crazy, accounting and all that kind of stuff. I wish I learned more about that in school. That's really something you kind of just learn as you get older.
Yeah, I mean,
trial by fire.
I'm thankful that we have the level of support we do, because I can get everything kind of professionally done by lawyers and accountants and whatnot. Because it is a lot of, I'm annoyed by it, less the law stuff than the accountant stuff. Like the accounting stuff is arcane and unnecessarily complicated, and everyone knows it, but no one will do anything about it. Like this shouldn't be so complicated. That you should just be able to go to a website and say like, this is where I live. This is how much money I made. This is like my withholding. What do I owe? Or what do I get back?
It's like they make you figure it out.
Yeah, it's like you tell me. It's always that joke that goes around. It's like, I owe taxes. And I'm like, great. When are you going to pay us? And I'm like, I'm going to pay now. And they're like, what do I owe? And it's like, well, I don't know. Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool.
Why don't you see? And then we'll figure it out later. Sometimes years and years later.
We'll figure it out later. Yeah.
Stupid as fuck.
Yeah. It's nothing worse than getting like a mail being like, you owe more money.
Like, I had that once when I was, it was 2007, because half the year I was a freelancer and half the year I was full-time at IGN. It was like when I graduated, and so I became a full-time employee halfway through, but it was my own fault, but I never accounted for all the freelance money. So then I got a bill like the next year being like, you owe us another like $2,000. And that was like everything. I remember that was like everything I had.
Yeah.
And I like wanted to cry. And I've always been very careful since then to be like, you really gotta.
Yeah. You gotta
I'm not trying to get one by anyone. I don't want to have any problems.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You don't want to have any problems with that. Absolutely not.
And I think I was telling you guys recently, because I've been talking to my accountant a lot lately, is that I forgot to fix the specific form that's electronically delivered to the IRS. Our company has an EIN, which is a social security number, but for a company, every company has one. And you file with that number. And I was getting it digitally sent to me, but the mailing address remained California. And I never fixed it. And then so the last few months, the FTP, which is the Franchise Tax Board, the IRS in California, has been messaging me being like, you have not filed your California taxes for years and you owe us an extraordinary amount of money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, no, I don't.
Yeah.
But we got to get this sorted out. So we got it sorted out, but I was like, damn, that was because I was so mad at first. I'm like, fuck these motherfuckers. I left California, leave me alone, figure your shit out. And then it's like, actually on your form, it says you live in Santa Monica. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no. Well, at least you got it sorted, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's all sorted out. My company's been incorporated in Virginia since February of 2020. I've lived here. I haven't even been to California except for that trip since 2019, the trip for the show since 2019. So it was all fine. We had to just cross the T's and dot the I's, but I was like, damn it.
Yeah, it sucks, dude. It's a pain in the ass.
And it costs a lot of money to get it cleared up.
Yeah, of course.
It's not like the guy's going to work for free. It's like, we got to petition. We got to send out a petition and it's got to be certified mail. And
yeah, nothing's free and everything takes forever.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
Anyway, good to be here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Hey, everybody. If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. You can get early ad-free access to all of our shows and bonus perks like our weekly supplement of Sacred Symbols Plus. Colin, I know you boys are preparing for some of those over the break.
Yeah, I have a lot more recording. I think I have 3 or 4 more shows to do just for the back catalog, which is fine. And we're recording this on what? The Wednesday.
Yes, this is the 10th for us.
Yeah, so the window is closing, but
the window is shrinking.
I am so shot, dude. Like I need. I'm feeling it at this point.
Yeah, we're at the home stretch though, because next week's kind of like the last week for us before we go off. So the last day for you will be the 18th, I'm guessing. Yeah, or no, wait, the 18th, because you shoot on Thursdays.
I'll be done on the 18th, and then and I won't be coming back until the 8th.
Okay, sweet, yeah. So yeah, I'll be back the 5th. I'll have to find people for that because everyone's gonna be on vacation mode still.
I think most people won't bother you. Yeah, well, yeah, I won't be.
You're just on this already. You're good for a long time.
Yeah, I got to get. I've said this many times or several times recently, and I don't mean to be redundant to people that listen to all the shows, but it's just like I don't mean to complain. I love my job. I'm very lucky to be able to do this. It's always a slow burning fire, though. You never get to put the fire out and be for a minute.
Yeah, it's not like we clock out and not have to think about anything.
It's like every day I have something I need to do.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I miss about having a real job is really just being able to walk away from it and be like, this is not my problem. Like I'm doing my little vertical slice of it and nothing else matters. But here it's like, no, I still have like a shit ton of things.
Yeah. Well, as a business owner, I think you always have even more to do, just back end stuff. That's, I guess, the responsibility that comes with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
great
good.
Power, great responsibility, Peter.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So it is what it is. But it is
what it is.
It doesn't need to be so complicated. Unfortunately, it is.
No, I know it's annoying in that sense, but you're doing a great job, Colin. You're doing
Thanks.
good.
I'm trying my hardest.
You're doing good, man. Everyone's doing great this year. It's been really fun working here again for year 2. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we're entering calendar year 9, I guess, right? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually, this is calendar year 10. 2020, because we started in 2017.
Damn, has it been that long? That's crazy.
And Sacred began in 2018. And so it'll be in March, it'll be 9 years of Last Stand. Which
Damn,
is cool.
That's really cool, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's been a long time. It feels like
you deserve it.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Feels like it's been a long time.
We couldn't do it without the audience, though. Thank you guys for supporting us throughout all these years. We greatly appreciate it. We'd be nothing without you guys.
Definitely. I love the idea of micro community.
Yeah.
So we just wouldn't be able to do it without this small group of people. Comparable. We have like 12,000 something paying customers a month. But yeah, it's pretty remarkable like how a small, and again, comparable small group of people in the entertainment sphere can make something like this go.
Yeah.
And be profitable and good and let people to live a decent life. So yeah, very appreciative.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are, especially you're kind of a pioneer for this model, especially with Kind of Funny, you know, when you guys left IGN. You guys were like the first people I knew in the games and media that did that.
Yeah, I Jim Sterling was really the first one.
Was he? Okay.
But he I don't know if he still does it this way, but he had like an interesting thing where it was like $1. And he was trying to like spread the field by just being like, everyone kind of give me $1. And I always was a little, which is cool, but it's always like, and he lives in Mississippi, I think. So, and he owns his house. And so like, he's living like a king down there, but I was always like, no, you can do more than that. And I was like, so he was first, but Kind of Funny. And actually, as far as crowdfunding is concerned, the old comedy podcast, The Comedy Button, which was run by ex-IGN people, they kickstarted their podcast.
Oh, really? That's funny.
So yeah, but we're the first major success story in the game space for sure.
Yeah,
we're Kind of Funny, and Last Stand is still. I think Last Stand is like the biggest ever. It might not be right now. It might be right now, but it was at some point the biggest ever in the game space. So
wow, that's crazy.
I'll never get any credit for anything, but it's cool for. But it's cool that that's actually true. I say that, but I am bitter about that. Like I'm bitter about a few things in my life, not so many things anymore. I've let go of a lot of things, but that's one thing I'm like, I don't get any credit for like helping pioneer what we do. That pisses me off a little bit.
Yeah, sure, I get it. I get it, man.
I mean, Brandon told me when he started Easy Allies, it was like we were a huge inspiration for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Kind of Funny was like, oh, this could actually happen. This can kind of work. So yeah,
I couldn't believe it worked.
I mean, I can't either for any of us. It's like, holy
I half
shit.
expected that I would have to end up back at IGN. God, thank God though.
Yeah. It's probably such a different world there now from when you were there. It is.
You know what pisses me off, dude? And I don't want to talk too deeply about finances or whatever, but it's like they paid me so little and I didn't realize at the time how much I was being taken advantage of. I was just happy to be there. And like when we started Kind of Funny, I immediately doubled my salary. And now it's like I made more like in a year than I made it like 6 or 7 years at IGN.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, that's so, I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucked, dude.
It just bothers me because it didn't have to be like that. And I probably would still be there actually we would probably all be there if they just paid us like, how much would it have cost you a few million more a year or whatever to like treat your people really well, cumulatively across everybody that you cared about, to give them instead it's like, no, like I have to beg to I remember when I got promoted to senior editor, I had to beg to get paid $65,000.
Damn, in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy, man. Yeah.
Like, and so it's like
for how much you brought to the site and stuff.
Dude, that's the point. Is like I probably bring millions of dollars worth of business to the company.
I mean, that's what got like me into it more so. It's because of you guys. I was like, these are actual people that like video games.
So I just try to. I don't want to claim I'm making anyone rich. That's not true. But it's like I try to pay everyone enough to like. I just am always surprised when people just do. We have podcast guests for free, and obviously, like when people are one-time guests, but like the minimum amount of money that like a recurring person makes on our show at a show, the minimum is $200.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think and that's like $100 an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So. Yeah, and that's like the lowest rung of people that are, like, are seldom. You know.
Yeah, we're not a mega
you
corporation.
And Dustin, everyone Chris make way more than that, but I don't know. It's just, I think the money part, I've said this many times, like the money part's really important.
Yeah. And we're not like a mega corporation either. So it's like, it's a different story, especially with like a huge company like IGN. But I don't know. I feel like that's just the business world probably for most things.
Yeah.
Underpaying, undervalued.
It is what it is. So yeah, it's bittersweet in some way, you know, to know how happy I was to be there and how hard I worked. And then no one came up to me and said like, you should get a little bit more money. It won't mean fucking anything to us.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going
Yeah.
to miss this $20,000 a year.
Yeah. It's good to.
Half the people there, people shouldn't forget. And I love Pear and I love those guys. They made a lot of money when they sold IGN. You know, they all, you know, Pear lives in the fucking Marin Hills. For people that don't know what that is, go look that up. You know, like it's adjacent to the Bay Bridge looking into San Francisco. It's like one of the nicest places in California. It's like, more power to you. Awesome person, worked hard, endeavored, but like look around you and everyone's living in fucking poverty. You know?
Yeah.
5 to an apartment.
Yeah.
It's fun when you're 23. It's not so fun when you're 30.
Yeah. When you're 23, yeah, sure, you could deal with that when you're fresh out of college and whatever. It's a different story. But yeah, once you start getting your 30s and all that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So by the time I turned 30 and I quit IGN. So
yeah,
it's funny. I actually spent really my whole 30s in this world of crowdfunding.
Yeah, man.
It's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it's worked out really well. And
it's funny. I have this thing with my brother-in-law, Derek, who we go out to dinner and drink or whatever every so often. And he always asks like, how you do? He's in charge. He's not a superintendent, but like right below that, where he's in charge of like all the middle schools, I think in
a district or something.
District. He's like a PhD in education or whatever.
Whoa.
And so we talk about his job a little bit, and then we talk about, and he's like, oh, how's it doing? And his whole joke with me is, my whole thing is like, I'm always waiting for the shoe to drop. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get, like, for years now, it's like, I'm just trying to make it work while it works, and eventually it'll go away, and that's fine. And it's just not yet gone away.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
Yeah, almost year 9. Still wait for that shoe to drop.
Yeah, it will. It will. I just don't know what altitude it is. I always thought the altitude was a lot lower, but so far so good.
So far so good. Since it's actually, let's do these first before we get into Christmas stuff. Angel of Cake wrote in, hello, Summoners. Nothing to say, but enjoy the Christmas break. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Look at that. A nice little message from the audience.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. And Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah. Happy holidays, y'all. Have a good one.
Yeah. And Kwanzaa for no one celebrates Kwanzaa.
Yeah. No I honestly don't know all the holidays going on here, but
the thing that bothers me about Kwanzaa is they have a menorah style thing going on, and I'm like, we already have that.
A candle.
Yeah, like you got to do. We got the tree, we got the candles. What can you contribute? Not more candles.
Yeah,
more candles. It should be like a rock or something.
A rock.
Yeah, like something natural, but I don't know. I don't like that. It's like, oh, we also have a menorah.
Yeah. Yeah. I celebrate Christmas and I hit people with the Merry Christmas, but I got no problem with the Happy Holidays, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, what other holiday is it? It's either Christmas or Hanukkah, really.
Yeah, it is. But like, I hit them with the Merry Christmas. But if someone says, Merry Christmas as well. Like, I don't know why people get offended about everything. I mean, I don't know why I'm even saying that. Everyone gets offended about everything. That's just human nature, I guess. But
yeah, I just throw out the Merry Christmas. I'm not even a Christian.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I'm culturally Catholic, but I'm not really a believer in any of that stuff. So it's like, and I can still say it because it's tradition.
Yeah. Just
we put trees in our house because of the pagans.
There you go. So, yeah. Gives that oxygen.
A little bit of human memory.
Human memory. What I really liked about this writing is there's no snark here. No underline, no backhanded comment. Nothing like that.
No.
Very unusual for us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Someone's always ready to talk shit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
When we talk shit, we get it back. But you talk shit, I'll give it back too. So be ready for that, audience.
Be fucking ready.
All right. Chuck Rude wrote and said, guys, my wife is one of those people who decorates for Christmas way too early and plays Christmas music all the time. Mm-hmm. I am one of those people who works hours doubled or whose work hours double during the holiday season. And every time it snows, it makes my job way harder. How do I politely ask my wife to shut the fuck up with the snow tunes? P.S. I love you. P.P.S. Brad, have you heard that Colin comes on his toys just in case Toy Story is real? Pretty crazy. Colin, what the fuck is this guy
I don't know what that
about?
means. I don't know what that means. If Toy Story is real, I've only ever, I think, seen the first Toy Story.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think so. I might have seen the sequel at some point.
Two's good.
But I've never seen, like, I don't know the full expand. But like, if they're real, then I mean, I guess they're adults, right? Like Woody's an adult.
Yeah, he is. I guess it depends on the toy, though, right?
Yeah, right. But I've never come on a toy before. I'm not Dustin.
Yeah. You're writing into the wrong show for that. Content like that.
Go bother Dustin. And
that's probably some fucking... Okay, this is what my assumption is. Anytime there's you or Chris on here, I assume something I don't understand is some Snark Tank reference that gets brought up or some sacred symbol shit. So
yeah, there's even Snark Tank references that involve me that I'm not even part of. You know, like young Colin is like the big thing that's going on.
Yeah, I see young Colin a lot, and I don't understand this. And I do like the perfect cell Colin. I don't know what that picture was about, but you as perfect self in Dragon Ball was fucking awesome.
that was perfect Colin.
Yeah, perfect Colin. That was good shit. I don't know what that is, but I like that one. That one is badass.
I choose not to understand any of that.
So I was talking to Mike about this. So the sacred symbols, like your internet person is Chris Chan. You guys love Chris Chan.
Mm-hmm.
You've gone deep. Me and Micah were talking about this. Me and Micah's guy for punching up is Review Bra, the report of the week.
Oh
food review guy.
I know him. Yeah,
that's our guy.
She loves him.
Yeah, we love that fucking guy. I want to get that guy on a show someday. That would be the fucking best.
Review Bra. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Food review. Yeah, he's the best. There was this picture or this like video Maddie showed me where he had his hair I gotta show it to you. He looked like Review Bra almost. And I just dying laughing. Here, I'll find it for you, dude. And I was like, Maddie, you gotta bring that back, dude. His haircut. All right, hold on. I'm telling Mike about this. I'm gonna tell you about it now. It fucking made me laugh.
The huge RPG that.
Look at Maddie's hair, dude. He's Review Bra.
Yeah, he is. This is when he was still working for me, I think. Too, like
his like office thing, right?
He used to like, yeah, like he was still smaller at this point.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, now he's huge. Yeah, his hair is. It look good. I mean, it looks good. He looks like he's about to close a deal or some shit.
Yeah, dude. Report of the week, 1930s Maddie, right there.
Yeah. You see?
See? This is from fucking Mafia.
Level caps, you see?
Level caps, dude. All right. Let's see here. Let's get into some Christmas write-ins. You know, this is the Christmas special after all.
Yeah, what day does this go live? Does it go live before Christmas
this
or after
Christmas? Live, yes. So for patrons, this will go live on the 23rd.
Oh, nice. That's very nice. Very seasonal.
So if you're a patron, yeah, you got right before Christmas Eve. But if you're a free feed, bottom feeder, you get it after. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. I love you guys.
Not as much, but
not as much, but I do love you guys. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. This is from Sweet Jones. I was asking them for about Christmas gaming traditions and all that kind of stuff, Christmas memories with gaming. Sweet Jones said, the only gaming Christmas tradition I've ever had was every year after Thanksgiving, I'd play through The Division. Though I slacked off in recent years, what's y'all's Christmas game? Hope y'all have a great holiday and break from the grind.
I mean, it's funny to laugh at that, but it does take place in like perpetual Christmas. So I do understand that. The first Division's dope. Dope game. They're both great.
So are those games dead, or there's no more Divisions then, I guess?
The Division 2 is still alive. They release content on it for it. It's never been on, I think it's still on PS4 only.
Oh, really?
And they're still releasing stuff for it.
That's crazy. That's like For Honor. That's like was still going, or maybe is still going for like 10 years.
Yeah, it's quietly doing its thing. I'm surprised they never ported it over, but yeah, I loved The Division and The Division 2. And I was actually really disappointed when the Heartland game that was like the free to play one that they were making at Red Storm, they canceled that Division game, which I was bummed about. And then The Division 3 apparently is in development. I don't know what the future of The Division's really going to be though in this new Ubisoft, because that's like the one conspicuous team and game that was kind of left behind in this new consortium that they made. It's not all the Tom Clancy stuff. It's only Rainbow Six. So
the only
stuff like The Division, are left behind, and I don't know like what that means for Massive and what that means for the game, but we'll see.
Yeah, fuck, man. Well, hopefully you guys get more Division. I know a lot of people like those games, so it'd be cool. I don't know if you will.
I played them alone. They were very fun. I mean, they were very fun to play by yourself, in my opinion. Shooting's really good.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Let's see. Christmas game, dude. What's our Christmas game, Colin? Do you have one?
No, I have games that I relate to Christmas because I either played them around Christmas or got the game for Christmas, but I don't have any game that I like revisit or anything like that. That's just not that's not my thing.
But do you revisit anything for like Christmas time? Movies, shows, music? Anything?
Music, yeah. Like my favorite Christmas song is Christmas Rapping by the Waitresses, which is an amazing song. Absolutely one of the most killer bass lines ever. I just really, really love that song. So sad if you read about that woman too. She was apparently like a like chronic cigarette smoker and died like really young of lung cancer. Like I think in her like mid 30s or something.
Wow.
So like this song has become famous long after she's been dead. And I'm always like, damn, that sucks because they would probably get like so much money playing it like every year, like Mariah Carey with her shit.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So yeah, I have but movies like Home Alone is probably my favorite Christmas movie, but I don't go out of my way to watch it or anything like that. I've seen it 7,000 times. I'm in the fucking theater. It's like I'm old. I don't need to see this movie anymore. And then games, yeah, like so Link to the Past reminds me of Christmas. Ocarina of Time reminds me of Christmas. Xenogears, Brave Fencer Musashi, Parappa the Rapper, Tomb Raider 3.
Yeah.
Like just whatever I got for Christmas. Metal Gear Solid, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, shit like that.
Yeah,
that Mega Man 3 I got for Christmas. That's my favorite game of all time.
Dude, getting games at Christmas time was the fucking best.
They're just the outline, like right, like if you collected certain things, if you liked games and toys, like you could tell like the outline of the thing. It's like this is a bubble, like this is a G.I. Joe. This is a video. This is an NES game. You know this, and then you would get bigger boxes. Like, is that a vehicle? Is that an electronic? Could it be clothes? Like, what is it?
Yeah, it's so funny because you and me are pretty close in age, so we were getting a lot of the same type of gifts. Video games, of course. Star Wars figures.
Definitely. And then I remember my parents used to eventually to kind of like try to mask it, make it more interesting, would like even put the figures together, like bubble to bubble.
Oh, really? That's
and then make like a box out of them, like a rectangle, and then wrap them. And when it got interesting was the CD era, because I would get music CDs, occasionally something for PC, but then PS1 games. And you would not be able to, you couldn't figure it out. It was fun. You know, am I opening this? Is it like some sort of rock album or is it, you know, some sort of video game? Yeah. And then you get the thicker cases often, and then you knew it was Metal Gear or Final Fantasy VIII or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah. Man, it's the best. Dude, the best game thing I ever got for Christmas, I remember Super Nintendo with A Link to the Past.
Yeah. Nice.
That was the pack-in we got. I didn't own Super Mario World because mine came with Zelda, but I was like, that's okay. Well, like friends had Mario, so I'd borrow it and play through it, of course. But
they released like didn't they release Mario All-Stars plus Mario World? Yeah.
Yeah, there was like Mario All-Stars then plus Mario World, I think, later.
Right. Which was like the Mario DuckTales track and field of its day, I guess. Yeah, because we had an SNES at launch, but then I got Link to the Past for Christmas. That must have been Christmas 92?
Yeah, I got mine not right away, I remember. I'm trying to remember how old I was, but
because SNES came out fall 91, Dagan had it. So we had it, but then A Link to the Past, I feel like was the next year. I feel like that was when I was in third grade. And I got that for, you know, that famous box, the very minimalist Zelda box. God, it was so fun.
Okay, so the bundle I got came out apparently in 1992 or 1993, around then. So that's
it might have been a 92 fall like Christmas bundle.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Good shit.
That was like the moment, dude. I think that was the last console I ever got for Christmas too, because you know, as I got older, get them closer to launch or buy them myself. So, dude, shout out Super Nintendo.
I don't think I ever got a console for Christmas, which is funny.
Really interesting.
Well, because I always...
Well, you had Dagan, who's much older, so you
and then like I bought my own PS1, I bought my own N64. Like that was by the time I was buying my own stuff, kind of. I had an SNES that like my mom bought me later, so I didn't have to use Dagan's all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
I bought my Dreamcast when it launched. I bought the PS. Well, I got the PS. Actually, the PS2 I got at launch in October 2000, but it was my Christmas present for my mom.
Dude, that's what I would do with my dad. Make the deals like that.
Right.
Give me this early birthday present, early Christmas present, something like that.
Yep, that's exactly what I did that year. And I've told the story many times that EB would only sell the PS2 if you bought a game, a controller, a memory card, and a warranty. So it was $500 at the time, which was a lot of money. So what I remember was it was my birthday and Christmas present, because my birthday's in October. So that
Got
like my
both.
mom combined that. I was like, all right, that's like what you're getting. And I'm like, so I got the PS2 at launch. I bought the Dreamcast at launch at $99.99 because that ad campaign was just relentless.
Yeah.
And then GameCube I got at launch in November of 2001. I was a senior in high school. And then, but I think I got Smash Brothers for Christmas that year because it was later.
because it came out in December.
Right. And
it was like a month later or something.
Right, exactly. And then by that point I was an adult. So
Yeah, I think the last console I got as a gift was probably GameCube, I want to say, 2001. Because then there was like, what, PS3 and Wii? Yeah, I bought those on my own.
Yeah, 360 was 2005. And then, and plus you had like, DS, GBA. Like GBA came out when I was in high school. I bought that at launch, but I bought that with my own money.
GBA. I think my dad bought those for us, the GBAs, yeah.
Game Boy I bought. Game Boy Pocket I bought. Game Boy Color I bought. Nintendo DS, I was an adult. So yeah, I don't think I ever really got hardware. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Kind of good though, because it's a better use of resources, because that would have dominated the resources for that year.
Yeah,
whatever.
Absolutely.
There was a time where my parents, straight up, my parents would say like, this is how much we're spending on you. So like, give us a list of things you want that fit within these parameters. Whatever it was like $200 or something, you know? And so I'd be like, all right, I want these 2 games, these 6 action figures, this vehicle, this book. I'd try to push it a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you try to go over a little bit. Yeah. Like $25 maybe. Well, because you guys had your parents had to buy gifts for 4 kids, so a lot more.
And we were, and I've said, I was telling this story recently, is that I was, and I've said this many times, is that I was very quickly dispelled that Santa wasn't real. So, like very quickly. Yeah, like by the time I was in first grade, it was done for sure.
Damn.
You know. Yeah. And I was telling the story recently about how I was even in my parents' room with my sisters wrapping all my presents one year, like 2nd or 3rd grade. Like they were just wrapping my presents for my parents. Yeah. And I was just sitting there watching TV with them, like looking at everything. So I'm like, all right, so this is what I'm getting, I guess. And I was saying it wasn't malicious. It wasn't mean-spirited. No, like, no one came up to me and was like, oh, Santa's not fucking real, dummy. It's just like I was around much older. Like I was an accident. Yeah. My siblings were 11, 9, and 6 years older than me. It was over, you know? And my best friend growing up, Tim, he was the youngest. He was a year older than me, but he was the youngest of 3 brothers. And they were also done. Older. You know? So it was like, I was just bombarded by like, it's not real. But it wasn't like a mean-spirited thing. It was just like, it was a similar thing to like how those guys, those brothers showed me my first Playboy. Yeah. It's like, you're kind of just excelling and going up the ladder quicker than you. So I think I have an older spirit. Like I have an almost I'm an elder millennial, but I have an almost Gen X spirit, I think, because of just like. Oh yeah, 100%
you do. Yeah. For sure you do. Yeah. I mean, that's what you grew up around. So.
Right. Yeah. It's all nurture.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I'm always surprised, like you hear about these kids like 5th grade. It's like 5th grade. You don't know about Santa Claus? You know, like 5th grade. I never ruined it for anyone. My parents were they were like, don't ruin it for other people. You know, like, okay. I understood even as a kid. I'm like, okay. Actually, I felt like I was kind of like getting one over on everyone.
Yeah. Felt like smart. You were in the know.
Yeah. You're all like sending these like letters out and like leaving milk out and stuff like that. And I'm like literally getting told by my parents how much money I could spend.
Yeah. Crazy. Christmas games for me though, I always associate Zelda with Christmas just because, like I said, got a Link to the Past, and they do come out often around the holidays. So that's definitely
Ocarina of Time definitely reminds me of Christmas, but I didn't get it for Christmas. I was playing it around Christmas.
Yeah. I forgot when that came out.
98.
Like, you know, I know that, but like what time of the year?
November, I think it was, or October.
Was it November? Okay, so I was probably playing around Christmas as well, because I feel like that game took me a while to beat when I played it. All right, let's see here. Melvin Jones wrote and said, what up, Summoners? I would like to tell you about my favorite Christmas gift and why it made me a brand loyalist for nearly 30 years. While this is about me getting a new PlayStation Christmas morning of 96, the brand I'm loyal to this day is Best Buy. First things first, I had no business getting a PlayStation or any other gifts that year. It was a wild time for my mother and me. Nevertheless, here it was, along with the 2 of the best games at the time, Tekken 2 and Twisted Metal 2. She was so happy, relieved once I opened it. Then she told me about the story how she knew I wanted a new system, but was unsure of the Saturn versus the PlayStation. So she asked the salesman. Not only did he give her the details of the 2 systems, but also informed her that the best games and the need for a memory card too. I haven't a clue who this guy was, but he didn't just sell my mother a PlayStation. He created a customer for life in me. Ever since every console, TV, car and home, stereo, home appliances, you name it, all bought from Best Buy. I guess if I had a question, it would be, do you have a brand loyalty based on something weird or mundane? Or what was your favorite Christmas gift? Best wishes, and let's make 2026 more like 1996, but only in the best ways.
It's quite the segue at the end. Or what's your favorite Christmas gift? No. You get one question.
One question, sir. We already kind of did the game thing.
Brand loyal. Yeah, that's actually an interesting question because I am kind of brand loyal, but I don't think it's that weird. Like I'm really loyal to certain like consumer brands like Heinz ketchup, you know, like just shit like little shit like that. Certain beers and Pepsi, and I like Coke too, though. I mean, so I have no problem.
Sure, yeah, you don't discriminate.
But yeah, PlayStation. I mean, that's probably the most conspicuous of my brand loyalties. But in terms of like consumer stuff, I don't really know. Like consumer level, like store level.
Do you think like you're pretty loyal to Amazon?
Yeah, I mean, I am. Here's the thing about Amazon is that I think it's like the Walmart proposition, but with quality, right? And I'm not saying all Walmarts are shitty. Like our Walmart's pretty shitty here, but Long Island had pretty nice Walmarts actually. I used to go buy Star Wars figures there because you remember they were $4 at Walmart, which was like ridiculous because you'd pay $5 at Toys R Us and I think $7 at KB.
Dude, KB Toys. Wow. Holy shit. I haven't thought about that in a long time.
And I used to, with KB, I would go there because every once in a while they'd have a rare figure and you would pay the surplus. Like I remember getting Princess Leia, I think, which was like a really unusually rare figure for some reason. And yeah, I was like, all right, I'll pay $7 for this because it's just available. But I would just go to Walmart and just the $4 for those figures. I remember that. But Amazon, I feel like is popular for a reason. I say over and over again that I think internet brands trend towards monopolies because it's all about ease of use. And if you can marry that with a certain level of quality and predictability, it becomes a permanent brand. And Amazon is simply better than everyone. Right. It is. I try to go out of my way to not buy things on Amazon when I can, or with certain things. Like I buy all my music shit for my drums on Sweetwater.
Yeah.
I try to like just use, select other brands, but Amazon is so convenient, so vertically integrated and so forgiving. Like I very rarely have to send something back or like have the wrong item sent to me or whatever, but like they just don't even give a shit. They're just like, keep it, whatever.
Yeah, like whatever.
As long as you don't manipulate it. I'm sure there's all these algorithmic things being like, you're manipulating this.
Yeah.
Or like but like they probably realize like, wow, you've bought 50 things in a row without returning it. Who gives a shit, really? And I just think that when you get to that scope, it's like grocery stores, how they make like 3% margins. It's incredible. Like Amazon just scrapes pennies off of millions of transactions. And there it is. I think that they're a bit of a vertical integration threat though, just in like they have a vertical monopoly and they deliver their own shit now. It's like, I don't know how I feel about this, but
yeah, they're like a cyberpunk company from the game.
Right. Exactly. They make like, I was thinking about this. I buy the Amazon like wireless mouse. I probably buy one like every other year because it just like breaks after a while. It's like literally $8 and it works great. And then one day it just won't work anymore. It's like, all right. And I just use it on my laptop downstairs. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, this is an Amazon mouse manufactured by Amazon, shipped from their warehouse on their own truck from their own website. I could finance it through them. And I don't, but I mean, you could just like get an Amazon credit card or a line of credit and then it's just like, I'm like, I don't know that that's really capitalism, but it's too convenient to say no to.
Yeah, I know. It's just too damn convenient. Yeah, I get it. Brand loyalty for me, I guess, is like something I'm always partial to. So growing up, my parents always had Hondas growing up. So like my brother had a Honda, then I had a Honda. So it's like, I don't know. I just like Hondas now because I think I'm just so used to them. They've been great cars to us. So I'm just like partial to it. Like if I'm going to buy a car, it's probably going to be a Honda. So other than that I can't really think of it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. I'm just going to say, I can't think of anything else like brand loyalty, I guess. There was like certain game stores I liked to go to when we were younger over other ones, like Funko Land I liked a lot at the time.
Yeah, Funko was great.
And I did like Toys R Us for games, though. Something about looking at the slips I liked.
Yeah, that was fun. You go to a little counter. It was very exciting. You'd like pay for your coupon, and then you'd go to the counter with your coupon and your receipt.
Mm-hmm.
Proof that you paid for it. And then they go select it for you. Yeah, it was very memorable. It's funny, like certain things have changed for me too, where just brand loyalties with like various food. Like I love Hellman's mayonnaise, but then I started being like, oh, maybe I'll try Duke's, and oh, maybe I'll try this, and maybe I'll try. So like I'm a little flimsy on that. I do certain clothes. I'm very loyal. Like I love Mack Weldon. And I don't say they haven't sponsored us in years, but I became familiar with them because they did sponsor us and sent me a bunch of shit. And I'm like, this shit's fucking awesome.
Mack Weldon, huh? Yeah.
I live in Mack Weldon sweatpants. I have literally, no joke, 15 probably pairs of them at this point.
Yeah, dude. Whatever works for you, man.
Adidas. I've worn Adidas shell toes for 25 plus years.
That's the rap rock in you.
Oh yeah,
100%.
definitely. I've had no joke, probably 60, 70 pairs of those. Like, maybe not that many, 50, 60, something like that. I would buy 3 or 4 at a time on Amazon.
Like, here, dude, this is my version of Adidas. It's just some Vans.
Oh, Vans. I mean, that was big too. Remember Airwalk?
Oh, I remember Airwalk. Yeah.
Dagan and I were talking about those recently. He like knew the whole story of it. I didn't realize it was like Airwalk was like a really good brand at one point, and then it became like a cheap brand.
Yeah, it was.
And it was because they sold themselves to like it might have been a Kmart or something like that, or Walmart or something.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I used to love Airwalks.
Yeah, Airwalks were big for a little bit. I remember that. Definitely.
Yeah. So like, there's some clothes stuff. Cars, I don't really like. The only car I ever owned was a Ford Ranger, which was fine.
Yeah, it's a cool truck.
Let's see. Oh, you know what? Sports, that's a brand.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Islanders, Jets.
Yeah. So yeah, that's an interesting question.
Yeah. No baseball team for you, though. Oh, the Yankees, I guess.
The Yankees are my baseball team, but yeah, I'm not really a baseball fan anymore.
Yeah. Because I know Maddie and Cog are Mets guys, fan. Right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I should be a Mets fan by birth, but just because I'm from Long Island, but my family were Yankee fans. So
yeah. I get it. All right. This is from CJ from Grand Theft Auto. Wow.
That's amazing.
Merry Christmas, Summoners. It's hard to pick a favorite Christmas gaming memory, but one that comes to mind is when I got a Game Boy Advance SP. At first, I was a bit disappointed because I really wanted a DS, but my parents got what they could afford. I got the DS the next Christmas.
Oh, so you got it like after 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
Got it.
I quickly learned to appreciate my Game Boy because I played Star Wars Apprentice of the Force, which is still one of my favorite Star Wars games. These days at Christmas, I usually play the opening chapters of one of my favorite games, Mafia 2, for the cozy vibes. Even though it's set in February, not December, I just love driving around the snow, listening to the radio while sipping a hot chocolate. Thanks for the content over the holidays. Merry Christmas. Very nice, dude.
I don't know this Apprentice of the Force game. I'm looking at it now. It actually looks pretty nice.
I actually don't know it either.
It's like it kind of looks like, I mean, it doesn't look as good, but it looks like Super Star Wars almost.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be a 2D side scroller.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting animation, actually. Like it's pretty cool.
Okay. Dude, shout out. Apprentice of the Force.
I always loved those concession games when you were a kid, like the shittier mobile games.
Shittier versions, yeah. Yeah. Dude, I definitely remember the intro from Mafia 2. The snow and all that kind of stuff. One thing I was
like picking you up, you're like coming home, right?
Yeah, some like war or something. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
World War II.
World War II or Korea, something like that. Yeah,
I can't remember. But Dragon Quest always reminds me of like holidays as well. Just that whole universe is very cozy, man.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Shout out Dragon Quest. Maybe one day we'll see 12. Maybe one day.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
All right, this is from CKT. Merry Christmas and Hanukkah, Summoners. My favorite Christmas gaming memory for me was getting an electric blue Fat DS, Trauma Center, Under the Knife, my first Atlas game, and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I love all handhelds, but the DS holds a very special place in my heart. Do either of you have any DS titles you hold in your top gaming lists?
DS was awesome. We were just talking about that on Punching Up. Yeah,
which they might have heard by now. I can't remember.
Yeah, shout out to the DS.
Yeah,
man.
DS
what an
awesome.
amazing handheld. And Phoenix Wright is like one. I like Trauma Center, but Phoenix Wright was one of my
Yeah, Phoenix Wright was big.
Was a banger. I loved those games. I thought they were so fun and quirky and strange. And they were Game Boy Advance games, right? In Japan?
I don't know, actually.
And then they were ported to DS, and that's when we actually got them.
Oh, yeah.
So they were like little secrets to us.
Yeah, that was a lot more common back then.
Yeah. And yeah, good shit, man. I love Phoenix Wright. And we were talking on the show, I don't want to be redundant, people can go listen to that, but the other, I mean, I relate a lot of DS games to DS, the Castlevania trilogy.
Yep.
On there are a lot of games, but the other games that I really, really always defer to when I talk about my favorite list for DS is Professor Layton.
Yeah. I need to like get into those games. I haven't really played much of them, but I know people love them. I love the music in those games.
The music's awesome. Like the thinking music that plays when you're like doing your puzzles is like very iconic to me.
Yeah.
So DS was the Dragon Quest ports were great on DS.
4, 5, 6.
Chrono Trigger, the best version of Chrono Trigger on DS.
Is so good on it, yeah.
I like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance 1 is on GBA, but the second one is on DS, and I like that game a lot.
I was happy to get 3 on there. That was the first time we ever got the actual 3. Or Final Fantasy 3.
Oh, Final Fantasy 3, yeah. But it was like the shitty 3D.
It was the chibi one, but I was so happy to get it.
Yeah, it felt like I think I was a senior in college when that came out, and I wrote the guide for it at IGN, and I remember it did feel like a full circle kind of thing. Yeah. Because it came out right after 12 came out, I want to say.
Yeah, I think so. Because we got that, then there was
12 was like fall 2006, I think.
Yeah, 12.
And then I think, was it spring 2007 for Final Fantasy 3? Something like that, but yeah, really, really memorable machine. And just so, there was a lot of shovelware and garbage on it. I remember
of course.
Craig Harris, who was like the longtime Game Boy / DS editor at IGN, one of the founders of N64.com and the early IGN, his desk was just littered with games that he would get sent. Like more than, we always got games sent to us, but he would get more than anyone. And it was like, what is this shit? Like you would go through it and be like, what the fuck? And most of them would just be totally disregarded.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was just, there were a lot of weird like banger games on there, just like random small role playing games and strategy games. I was talking about even weird GBA games like Fist of Mars and like weird shit. Like there's just, it felt like things went a lot deeper on the handhelds if you knew where to look. There was a lot of niche shit. Remember that game Moon?
I do remember that game. Yeah, I never played it, but I do remember
like a shooter.
That. Yeah. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the DS library right now. Holy shit. Shout the fuck out, DS.
Plus all the Mario stuff and
yeah.
Yeah, it was great. And then well, I guess with DSi, it really started with like some of the downloadable stuff, which none of it was really good. It's funny, man. Like you can tell I was still a Nintendo fanboy. That would have been 09, 10, something like that. Because I bought the DSi the day it came out, which was such a waste of money. Just such a waste. It was like matte black.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
You still have it?
Yeah, it's somewhere. Yeah, I don't sell my hardware, so it's somewhere in one of these boxes.
I want that shit. I'll buy it off you if you don't want it.
Yeah, I have no attachment to the DSi, so I would just give it to you. If I find it, I'll just send it to you.
Oh,
it's gotta be in one of these boxes. I don't want it.
I want that badly.
I don't care about it. It's probably got some games I downloaded on it, but I don't know.
Okay. Dude.
DSiWare or whatever.
Dragon Quest 9. Did you play that?
I wrote the guide for it.
Oh, really? I remember playing it a little bit, and I wasn't really feeling it at the time.
It is
curious to revisit it, though.
Well, you and I were talking. I think you and I were talking about it recently. I'm like, I'm very interested to see what they do with that game because it's got to be taken off of the DS. Like, if you read about them developing that game, they even were because I don't know if you remember, it took a long time for them to get that game out. Like it was like, where is this fucking game? Like, how hard could it be? And I think they were saying, like Yuji Horii and other guys were like, this is the first time we made a Dragon Quest game that is fundamentally, technically worse. Like we had to go back.
Went from 8 to
even pre kind of Dragon Warrior 7 kind of situation. So what I remember it being was like very quest heavy. Like you had a quest compendium.
Because it was like multiplayer too.
Yeah, there was like a multiplayer element to it. But yeah, I wrote the guide for it at IGN. That was when I was still writing guides. And so yeah, I did play it. I did play 9. 10 is the only one I didn't play.
Yeah, 10 I haven't played. They made that
release
offline version. Yeah, they made the offline version for Japan. Just give us that. I don't understand.
I don't think they want to localize it. I really think that's the problem. Is like they're just like, is this really worth it? And I think the answer is probably like, yeah, I think you could. That thing was stranded on the Japanese Wii, for Christ's sake. Like like do something about. And I think they brought it to Wii U, right?
They did, yeah, and it was on PC, I think, as well.
And PC, so it's like, come on, man,
just come on, man. You're making all this other random shit, localizing these random things. Come on, dude. It's fucking Dragon Quest.
Yeah, it's
a mainline Dragon Quest game.
I feel like it's never going to happen.
No, it probably won't. Fucking Square Enix, dude. God damn
it is weird that that whole game is weird. Where the console they put it on, the territorial restrictions, all this. Like, well, I don't know what you guys are doing, but whatever. Teach their own.
Yeah, fuck, man. Shout out the DS once again. Oh yeah, Tales of Fantasia. I've never played that, but you liked that one, right?
Fantasia was on Game Boy Advance, right?
Yeah, but I think they. Oh yeah, this is 95. Okay, so this
that was a Super Famicom game. But we got the port. The original Tales of Fantasia was a Super Famicom game we never got in the West. It came to Game Boy Advance, I want to say, in 04, 05, something like that.
Okay, I don't know why this was under DS stuff then. Maybe
they ported it again, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't see anything about DS. Because the only Tales game I remember on was 3DS.
Was that Tales of the
Abyss?
Yeah.
Which I do have. I've never played it.
I never played. That's one of the ones I've never played either. That might be the only one. Well, I've never beaten Berseria or Zestiria, but I played them.
Did you beat Vesperia?
Vesperia, yeah, back in the day. Well, I think I wrote that. That was during the 360 era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was 360 only at the time.
I actually never bought it's funny because they did release Vesperia on PS3 only in Japan, which is
only in Japan. They added a new character and stuff.
And I think it must have been some sort of contractual obligation to not do it in the West.
Yeah, no one's
Microsoft really tried. Like to their credit, they did get a bunch of role playing games on the machine. Dude, just
Lost
that no one really gave.
Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon. Infinite Undiscovery.
Yeah, they tried, dude. I mean, I got an Xbox because of Tales of Vesperia.
And what was that other one? I always forget. The one about the conductor. It's like a musical one.
Eternal Sonata.
Eternal Sonata, yeah. That came to PS3 eventually, but that was a time 360 game.
Yeah, man.
People forget Mass Effect was a 360, like a time 360 game. BioShock was a time 360 game.
Yeah.
There was a lot of shit that was only on 360. That a lot of things were skipping PS3 because they just didn't feel like it was even. It's so funny to think about that. They're like,
Yeah.
And I remember when they finally brought BioShock 1 to PS3. I'd already played it and beaten it, but I played it again. And people at IGN were racing to the end because I don't know if you remember, there was like a rumor that there was a tease for BioShock 2 at the end, which there was. And so he wanted to there was like a whole trailer for it at the end if you beat it.
Yeah.
Very similar to the Sly collection. Like if you platinum the Sly collection on PS3, it would give you a trailer for Sly 4.
Yes, I did remember doing that. That was sick. Shout out Sly Trilogy. I was about to go on a rant about Sly, but that's okay. For another time. Colin, let's talk a little bit about what you've been playing right now.
Sure.
Like we said, this is on the 8th or the 10th of December, so you guys are going to hear this later. But right now, you are playing Dying Light the Beast.
Yeah, I'm like 10 hours into it at the time we're talking, maybe a little more. I was going through games that I was like, what do I have to play? Like, what am I missing? And actually, I had my notes from another episode we did here where it's like, so I never got around to Final Fantasy Tactics. As of the time we're recording, The Altars, Hollow Knight Silksong, Shinobi, Absalom, Borderlands 4, Trails First Chapter, Hell Is Us is another game I wanted to play. And so during the Black Friday deal, I was like looking through PSN and there were a few things that caught my eye and I'm like, oh, these are some pretty good deals. So I bought Metal Eden, which we'll talk about in a little while. I think that was half off. And then Dying Light the Beast was maybe 25% off. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, sure.
I'll check this out. I like Techland. I don't want to like totally rip them off. I just wasn't really into it when it came out in September. There was just so many other things coming out.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of assessing everything on my list. And so I bought Final Fantasy Tactics full price. I wanted to support them. And Borderlands 4 was kind of speaking to me, but I was like, So I was like,
you didn't play Borderlands? I thought you would have because Mike already played it.
No, I've not gotten to it yet. Micah played it and beat it, so I did see quite a bit of it, but I will get to it for myself at some point. But so I was like, where do I go? And I'm like, Dying Light the Beast is a good place to go. I think I'm looking for something a little different. The parkour, the whole way the game feels, and it's supposed to be a little smaller, so I can kind of just get that out of the way and make room for maybe. I'm not going to get to all these games that I listed, especially because I have to play Kingdom Hearts over Christmas. which I'm going to do. So, and we'll reconvene and do a Sacred Symbols Plus episode about that, I'm sure, at some point. But so I have to kind of just make room for this. So I was like, yeah, Dying Light the Beast, this is good. And so I went into this. It is boring so far, I will say. I'm a little surprised by that. Again, I don't want to assess the game as a full product. I have not seen the full game. So I'll reserve my right to change my mind on this later. But it makes me wonder if Dying Light 1 was kind of a one-off thing and maybe a place and time sort of thing. 2015, I don't know if you remember, 2015 felt fairly revolutionary to me for two different games. One was Dying Light and the other was The Witcher 3, in that they were two open world games where I'm like, damn, this is, and both Eastern European.
Yeah.
Where it was like, damn, this is really fucking crazy good and no business being this good. And I remember playing The Witcher 3, that would have been like the spring of 2015, I guess, something like that. And I was like, damn, this is really impressive. Like, this is the future of role playing. I didn't realize it was going to be as big as it became. But when you compare it to like Bethesda's shit, even Fallout 4 later in 2015, it's like, damn, this feels. I do think I didn't like Fallout 4 that much because I was like,
dude, that's happened to me. I played The Witcher 3 before it.
Right.
And I played Fallout 4 and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's like a total step. It's like a crazy step backwards. Yeah, it's like, wow. And Dying Light was one of those games too where I wasn't a huge Dead Island 1 fan. I played it a little bit. I've said many times, I found it so micromanaging and frustrating that it was, I don't know if people played the original Dead Island or remember it. It's like you could search everything in the game. Like you were in like a resort. So it's like every bag and every drawer. And it was like, I can't fucking do this. And I know people will be like, oh, you just don't do it. And I'm like, but you kind of need to. You got to like, you got this destructibility mechanic and all the rest. So I just didn't have any expectations for them. And it kind of felt like a big balls move actually for them to walk away from Deep Silver at the time, because they were supposed to make Dead Island 2 and they didn't. They were like, we're just going to go off on our own. We've made a lot of money. We can just do this without you. And they did. And Dying Light was supreme. Like it was completely, did you play Dying Light 1?
I played some of it, not all of it though.
I think it's like one of those games where it's like, this has no business being this good. Like, what is this?
Everyone I know who's played through it really likes it.
It's like, I was like, what is this? This is so, where did this come from? This idea of this parkour, first person, maybe a little bit Mirror's Edge inspired parkour game combined with this zombie fighting game and this first person combat, and there's firearms and there's melee weapons, and there's just a real versatile and interesting open world and a lot of nonlinearity and a lot to do. They supported the game forever. I think to their detriment in some way, actually, but they really were into expanding it, supporting it. It's got a really, it's sold. How many copies? Didn't Dying Light sell like 15 million copies? I'm like, it's like something insane where it's like, Jesus Christ. Dying Light 2 just didn't do it for me. I played it for 5 hours or so, and I think a lot of people actually agreed. A lot of people love it, but a lot of people are like, I don't know, there's just something missing. This isn't right. And it's a game I've always wanted to get back to, but I just never have. I actually, when I bought Dying Light the Beast, I downloaded Dying Light 2, and I was like, maybe I should play Dying Light 2 first. Again, like, and actually beat it, but I'm like, fuck it. And the promise of Dying Light the Beast, I don't know if you remember this whole sequence, but it was supposed to be a Dying Light 2 expansion, and it leaked. Like, all of it leaked. Not the game itself, but like what it was going to be, like a lot of the script. And I think at that point, Techland was like, maybe we should just make this into something else. And they did. So it's like a spin-off of Dying Light. And the big thing about it is that it goes back to Kyle Crane. And I think Kyle Crane is the protagonist of the original game. I never played all the expansions of Dying Light, so Kyle Crane coming back doesn't even really make any sense as far as I understand, but they kind of explain it. And it's supposed to be an ode and kind of a return to the original Dying Light, but I'm not really seeing that, to be honest with you. And I think a lot of it comes from the fact that it was supposed to be Dying Light 2 content. And so it just, I don't want to get into the mechanics of it because I don't really even remember Dying Light's mechanics that well, like the intricacies of them. But it's like the way it makes me feel to play. There was something really special and interesting about Dying Light setting. It was Turkey, which was weird. And it had this kind of Mediterranean subtropic vibe, deserty kind of vibe, and interesting music and very ambient. Again, I and a little silly, and I loved I love day-night cycles, and I love when the night becomes really dangerous. It reminds me of Simon's Quest a little bit, where it's like things are about to really ramp up. And one of the things in Dying Light is like, you better really be prepared to be outside at night. Like you're gonna get fucked up. It's entirely possible to beat the game without ever really being outside at night, because you're really not supposed to be. And I love that. It's like dangerous. And if you're outside and you get caught outside, you're like too far away. It's like, you better fucking run, or be really quiet and just wait it out. It's like a second a minute, I think, if that makes sense. In the game world. So yeah, I mean, I'm a little just bored with it. And I don't know if it's 10 years have passed since Dying Light. I don't know if that's it. It's a little bit different now. We have different expectations. So there's that. But I just feel like it's a little reductive. It's a little scattered. It's not technically very fine. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to keep playing it. But I was saying it to Michael last night when I was just playing. I'm like, I'm just kind of bored with this game. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
It's like the last thing I expected to be with Dying Light. So
yeah, that's a bummer.
But I don't know. It has pretty good reviews. I think it reviewed in like the low 80s on Metacritic. And so it's like people like it. I think maybe I'm the outlier.
Yeah, maybe you're just not in the mood for it. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be that. Because I'm not one of these, like, I do agree, like the zombie thing massively played out, right? But zombies were even massively played out in 2015. I don't know that I particularly really care. Mm-hmm. By that point, we had years of Walking Dead. We had The Last of Us. And a shit ton of other things. It's like, so I don't know. Yeah, Resident Evil, Dead Island. I mean, it's like
Dead Rising. Yeah, there's a lot.
And I don't. Zombies. It's fine. It's like I'm not like that. Aghast by the idea of fighting zombies and how rote and repetitive that is. So it's not that. There's something else about it that I'm just not feeling. The combat's a little. First person, I mean, it's the same first person combat as the original Dying Light, so it's hard to complain about it, but it just doesn't feel very fine.
Yeah, I get it. Well, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. That's just the way it is right now.
Yeah, I'll still probably beat it in platinum.
All right. Islander, but not long rodent, said, greetings, boys. Colin, is Kyle Crane once again. How are you finding the experience of Dying Light Beast so far? As a huge Dying Light fan, I found this game to be a great addition to the Dying Light franchise. Somewhat of a slow start, but as the game progressed, I found myself enjoying it more and more. Melee combat is where this game shines, in my opinion. Cutting a zombie down limb by limb is satisfying every time. In the end, though, I am not sure they will ever fully capture the essence of the first Dying Light game. That one was special. Happy holidays to everyone at Last Stand. Cheers from the East Coast of Canada.
Oh.
Yeah, it sounds like he's kind of agreeing with you that the magic of the first games might not be able to be replicated.
You can't fault them for chasing it.
Absolutely not.
Because of how well the original Dying Light was received. But it is my sincere hope that like they're doing something else now. And we can see like what they're made of and what they're capable of. Maybe that's financial suicide in a way. Maybe there's a bigger demand for this sort of thing than I realized. But yeah, maybe there is. And it's what he was saying. Like there is a certain magic to the first Dying Light. I think a lot of people that enjoyed it agree. It's just something, it felt ahead of its time. Mm-hmm. It just felt like it came out of nowhere. The Dead Island, when it came out, in 2011 or whatever that was, it was Fallout with zombies a little bit finer. Like we kind of had played a game like this. I just feel like Dying Light kind of changed the script a lot. And
sure.
The melee combat is satisfying when you get going. I'm not into destructible weapons, but that is a fact of life in Dying Light. And I understand why. You don't want a person to find like the perfect katana or something and then just use it for the rest of the game. There needs to be some sort of penalty. And obviously ammo is very finite in the game too. But I'm glad he said, it starts slow. Maybe I'm just still in that part because it does feel like it's like, oh, like, come on, man. Like, let's get going. I almost don't even give a shit about the story. I just want to play. And I just feel like there's something missing with this game.
Yeah.
But again, it's relatively early for me.
Sure. Yeah. Let's see here. This is from Petri. I don't know how you say this last name. Sismigu? I don't know. Hello, fellow gamers. This one's for Colin. I know we share similar opinions on the Dying Light franchise so far. The first one is absolutely amazing. One of the best games from the PS4 generation. Yet the sequel wasn't nearly as special. My question for you is simple. Does Dying Light the Beast feel like the original again? Is it return to form? That seems to be the consensus online, but I only trust the Cobra Commander when it comes to Dying Light.
I don't know that I'm the right person to really fully assess this because I don't have a huge amount of experience with Dying Light 2, and I don't really remember the ins and outs of Dying Light 1 at this point. So is it it doesn't feel like a return to form to me. The character is a return to form. I was never that. I mean, it's cool to go back to Kyle Crane and try to recapture that je ne sais quoi, but as I understand, he was definitively written out of the game at some point. So it is fun. And they do explain it. I'm not even going to spoil it. It's in the beginning of the game, but people can figure it out. It's like he basically was like alive and being tortured for like 13 years or something. It's like a crazy, and he's like on this revenge arc basically at this point. Because I don't know if you remember the original Dying Light, he was like an official with this organization. Then he finds out the organization is like this other thing, and kind of a little Resident Evil-esque. And then he gets caught up in this conspiracy, basically. So I don't even care that it's him, to be honest. It's not doing it for me. But I understand that nostalgia play, and it's interesting. Sure. Yeah. We'll touch base with this again in the new year about how I feel.
This game, I'll have to touch base again in the new year as well, because I haven't gotten a chance to play a lot of it recently. But that is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is what I've been playing, Colin. Now, I'm sure if you might be aware of this, but there's a lot of drama surrounding this game.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
A lot of unhappy folks. Just for the record, though, it is an 80 on Metacritic right now from critics, and user score of 8.5.
Yeah,
so I think it's favorably looked upon in that sense. And I'd say, for what I've played, the 8 range is totally where it's at right now. I'm having a great time with the game. I don't think everything works super well necessarily all the time, but I think some of the hate it's getting is personally overblown in my opinion so far. Now, I haven't finished the game. Once again, I'm going to clarify that. I've not finished the game, so that may change as I progress more and more, but I'm having a really fun time with the game, Colin. Now, let me read this from the Juan one first. Hello, Summoners. Been playing a lot of Metroid Prime 4, and this game screams development hell. You can tell this has many ideas, and some don't work out, mainly the desert and the green crystals. But I think this game is just too long, or it took too long to come out. For many years, I defended this game. Let them take their time, let them cook, etc. But I started to agree with Colin and Maddie. Either shit or get off the pot already. Waiting 8 years for this game in particular was not worth it. With the story of the Yacht Club games and how they spent too many years on the canceled 3D Shovel Knight game. Was that game canceled or does that still exist?
They put it away, but I think they'll go back to it.
And Mina, this is making me concerned for GTA 6 and Judas. I think devs should have as much time as possible. What we could have had 2 Prime games for that this time, or 3 Shovel Knight games. Am I being too harsh, or is an 8 to 10 year dev cycle unacceptable now if this is the result? Have a great Christmas, boys. Well, with Metroid Prime 4 in particular, this game got rebooted in 2019.
Yeah, wasn't it announced like in 2017 or something?
Yeah, it was announced. Bandai Namco Singapore, I believe, was going to be the original developer on it. Then it was 2019, it was announced that Retro would take over from that. So if you flash forward to now, it's like, 6 years about? And we had to go through COVID and all that kind of shit. But, so for me, it's like, yeah, 6 years is a long time, and I guess, but you got to remember this game got rebooted and all that kind of stuff. It also did have a lot of problems going in its development, so I think it's fine for where it ended up right now. I see people saying we waited 18 years for this, and it's like,
not quite.
Well, yeah, you didn't wait 18 years. That's when the last game came out.
Right.
So, I don't know. I don't really buy that angle, but to me, this whole thing, like, shit or get off the pot, it's like, well, they got the game out. I don't know what you want. What do you, like, it's not like they canceled the game or anything like that. They made it work somehow. Do you think it was too long, Colin, for 5 years or 6 years, I guess?
Yeah,
I'd say it's a year too long, at least.
Yeah, it does seem too long, but I just think it's more about from my perspective, I'm an outsider at this point. I'm not a Nintendo fan, so I'm not speaking from their perspective, but it's like, it just seems like a mismanagement of Retro.
Oh, I'm sure there was a mismanagement for sure.
Well, just of like controlling Retro. It's like Retro really hasn't done very much in
their last game that was new was 2014.
Yeah. So
they had a bunch of canceled stuff, or the stuff that got canceled. We know, like a Zelda Tactics game.
Right. And what was that hero? Was that Heroes of Hyrule or something like that?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's a good showing for retro, and like the not from the quality of the game, but from just like what is going on here. And I know it's not necessarily their fault. My assumption is that, yeah, like you're saying, Tropical Freeze came out. I think they brought it to Switch at some point, but then they were working on something else, and Metroid was going to go in someone else's hands. They didn't obviously create Metroid. They have no control over Metroid. And then it was at E3 2017 that Metroid Prime 4 was announced. And I think that that's kind of the problem of like, I know like it lost its developer, it moved around, but this is the kind of the problem is saying things too soon. It's why I think a lot of companies like Sony are just quiet. And why while they canceled a lot of games, I'm not really that hard on them for it because most of them were never announced.
Yeah.
So it's like they didn't announce them, because someone leaked it or whatever, but they didn't say anything to you about it. That's different. That's like that brings a different level of anger and a different level of conjecture about what happened and what went wrong about this. So I just think it's like I'm not entirely sure we needed Metroid Prime 4. Like I love Metroid Prime. And it's one of those games. I was talking about this with Dustin, where I was like, the first game especially, I feel like you had to kind of be there. Because I think I don't know how well it holds up anymore, but I loved that game when it came out.
I think it holds up pretty well still. I know he didn't care for it, but I just played through the remaster last year, and I think it's still pretty great.
And so that was like fall 2002, and then they got Echoes out 2 years later, and then it was like 3 years later for
Prime
Corruption,
3.
and it's like those were all great. And I just feel like I don't know the personnel at Retro anymore, but it's like what I always say about cover bands and studios, where it's like, is this really Retro anymore? And like, it's been so long. It's like the new Mass Effect at BioWare. It's like, who really gives a shit? Actually?
Sure. I think Prime 4 is still pretty great though so far. So it's not like fucking Dragon Age Inquisition or some shit like that. Or sorry, not Inquisition. What was the most recent one called? I forgot what it was called.
Dragon Age.
Veilguard.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, or Mass Effect Andromeda, where it's just like a complete, technical, especially disaster. This isn't even close to that. There's still a lot of the spirit of Metroid Prime in here. Like, this feels like a Prime game to me. They took some risks with the game, and I think not everything necessarily pans out as good as it probably can, but I appreciate the effort. Like I'm sure you've heard about the open world kind of segment, the desert. So pretty much
I've seen images of it. It doesn't look great.
So it's just kind of like an open area that you traverse to get to the next locations. It kind of replaces, how in old Metro games, Colin, you would take like an elevator or something to get to a new area. It kind of replaces that stuff, in my opinion.
It's like Hyrule Field, I saw kind of described.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm kind of okay with that. I don't mind exploring this planet, actually. I love the claustrophobic nature of Metroid and these tight spaces. Like, that's still in the game. There's still plenty of that going on here. There's still plenty of in-depth areas you're exploring. But I think it's kind of a cool change. I'm not necessarily saying they need to do this in every Metro game going forward, but I appreciate the effort of you having this space to explore, being on this planet. And I like being able to see the locations off in the distance that you go to. Like Hyrule Field, like, Zelda, you would see Death Mountain. And it's really cool when you get up to Death Mountain, all that kind of stuff. It's like, that's in this game, and I really appreciate that. I think the bike's actually kind of cool that you get the Viola, especially because you use it for some like traversal stuff. There is the desert area that's pretty empty. There is some stuff to do out there. Like, there are these like little. So you have some experience with Breath of the Wild, like the shrines from Breath of the Wild. There are kind of little things like that, not even close to the amount or the depth that I've seen so far. But there's a few things to do out there, like little shrines you can do to get upgrades. Like, I got a charge shot for like a fire beam where I can charge it now. So I'm like, okay, that was worthwhile. That's actually a cool reward. I'm glad I did that. And of course, the stuff like missile upgrades and all that stuff, additional ammo. But this is something I was talking about with Nintendo. A lot of Nintendo games now, it seems like they have this with Donkey Kong, is they are kind of putting in these like mini shrine areas like Zelda has into like Donkey Kong had them, like a door you go through. It's a little challenge room. I think they're really fun, but I don't necessarily need every Nintendo game to do them. And I don't know if every game will in the future, but it's been a trend they've been doing a lot, probably because they've worked for Zelda so well. So I'm not exactly how sure if it. I think it's inoffensive right now. One thing that's more annoying is there's these green crystals out in the world you collect to like funnel into something. I'm not even sure what you get from doing it yet, but you kind of crash into them out in the world on your motorcycle. So it's very collectathon-y, I guess, how it feels like, Banjo-Kazooie collecting the music notes or something like that, or coins. It kind of feels like that, and I'm waiting to see how it pays off. One cool thing I like about it is that once you break them out in the world, they're gone forever right there, so you don't have to worry about keep farming them at the same spot.
Right.
But it feels very much like I don't really know what the purpose of this or if it's going to be worth it in the end, if it'll feel rewarding. So that feels pretty half-baked to me right now, but man, it's got that Prime atmosphere that you love from those old games. The music's really cool. The gameplay feels better than any Metroid Prime game. And of course, combat's not the main point of Metroid games or anything like that, but it feels better than any of the ones I've experienced. It runs really good. It looks really good on Switch 2. It's a Switch 1 game, but they made Switch 2 version. There's 120 frames per second mode, if you so desire, but it's natively 4K, 60 frames HDR. Runs really good. I guess, Colin, I'm still just kind of shocked. I'm not used to seeing Nintendo games be native 4K still. It's still a little iffy
a little
to me.
Shocking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little shocking, because, Switch was so stinky and had been around for so long. You'd be lucky to get 1080p solid 30 FPS at the time.
And this game is on Switch 1, right?
It is, yeah. Well, to me, it's like it was announced as a Switch 1 game, so you kind of like should honor that.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that. I mean, I was a little disappointed when I heard that just from I was like, oh, but it does make sense that it would be there. It's very Zelda Twilight Princess like.
Yeah, and I like that game. I think this game probably got delayed for a while just to make sure Switch 2 Holiday had something going on, something for their schedule. Nintendo's done this many times before. A game's done, they just sit on it for a little bit. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was the same case. I have no idea if it was, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was at all. NPCs is kind of the thing that people are also freaking out about. Now, this is not the first Metro game with NPCs that talk. Metroid Prime Corruption 3 had stuff like that as well. But you run into Federation soldiers occasionally, or throughout the areas. Like you would go to an area, and there's usually a new Federation guy there. Miles McKenzie was by far the most controversial one, who was in the very beginning of the game. He is the Marvel guy with the Marvel dialogue when you meet him. But as you progress the game more, he stops saying shit like that, and he takes a back seat. He just kind of serves as someone to upgrade stuff for you, and you go hours and hours without talking to him. So he hasn't really bothered me. I don't think he's great or anything like that, but he hasn't been overly annoying to me. And I'm someone who's been complaining about Marvel dialogue since Avengers 1. So it's been a long time for me. So I think it's not ideal, but I think it's overblown in the scope right now. It just feels like with Metroid, there is a segment of the fan base, which is totally fine, but I'm not one of these people where it's just that there's any dialogue, any talking, people freak out. And I think they've had mistakes in the past, like Other M, for example, which I played through recently. It's just not good. Dialogue, script, all that's very bad. Voice acting is really bad. This is nowhere even close to that level. Like, for instance, I've been playing the game. Samus has not said one word, Colin, the entire game. I think Samus should be more quiet and stoic, but I don't have problems. Yeah, I don't have problems with people in the universe, talking to Samus. They know Samus is a very famous bounty hunter / mercenary, so people know her, they recognize her, they get kind of starstruck when they see her. And not every character is one's kind of really starstruck by her, but other characters are just pretty neutral and chill about everything. So nothing in that sense has offended me. I'm infamous for making fun of Borderlands games since even 2. And I think it's overblown here so far. Like I said, I don't know how things will feel or how I'll feel at the end of the game, but I'm enjoying myself with the game. It's giving me that Prime feeling right now. And I guess maybe the wait time, Colin, I'm so used to waiting a long time for games I love a lot. It's just kind of business as usual for me. We're Japanese role-playing game fans. How long have we been waiting for some of these games? How long did it take to get some of these games? So I guess I'm kind of used to that.
Yeah.
So maybe it doesn't bother me as much. I'm not as sensitive to it, but that's just where I'm coming from right now. I think the hate's overblown, but
I'm not surprised by that.
We'll see. I mean, it seems like that with everything.
Right, that's what. Yeah, it just seems like nothing. There are some bad games and some. You see that game that game Dustborn that was in that. That was that game looked horrible. Yeah, and I think that the shit it was getting I didn't play it, but seemed well deserved based on a lot of the gameplay I saw. But then you see, we obviously spent a lot of time with the Atsu complaining about Ghost of Yote or Assassin's Creed and all this, and I'm like, I don't play Assassin's Creed. I highly doubt Assassin's Creed Shadows is bad. Highly doubt.
Mm.
Just totally. It's probably very good. It's not my kind of game. It's not what I want to play. But so I just think that like, yeah, nothing seems to be calibrated towards the reality of the actual product because that doesn't get you attention.
Yeah.
Online. Some of the voice acting shit I saw on Metroid was horrible, but I remember even tweeting or not tweeting in Discord. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this? But you started seeing more clips of other characters. And then you saw, there was one clip people were circulating specifically because the one I saw was the guy that looks like Chris.
Yeah, that's
and
Miles,
he's annoying or whatever. But then there was the one of the chick being like, oh my God, it's Samus or whatever. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this writing. Like, what are we talking about? Like it's It's not. This isn't Avengers writing. Like this isn't Forspoken or something. Yeah. It's not even Spider-Man 2 or something like that. I just realized like people are going to say whatever they want. That's why I just try to play a lot of games and play even games that people are skeptical about. That's why I did with Forspoken. I mean, speaking of that, is I beat Forspoken and I played it specifically because I'm like, it can't. What's going on with this game? And what I realized was I was like, come on, man. Like it's not great and it's not well written, but it's for fucking teenage girls. I mean, what are we doing? You know, so so it's important to, I don't want to say people should go waste their money on shit, but it's important to kind of check the assumptions that you're making based on what other people are saying.
Yeah. And I'm not saying like if you don't like the stuff in Metroid Prime 4, you're wrong or anything like that. It's totally fine to have your opinion. It's totally cool. I just personally don't see it right now. But like I said, once I finish, I'll report back full impressions on that.
Cool.
Trey Peroth wrote and said, hello, Summon Boys. Brad, since Metroid Prime 4 is on the docket today, I wanted to see if you've ever enjoyed the classic controls for Prime, or could you see yourself playing Prime Remastered or even Prime 4 with that control scheme? Colin, if you were to ever play Prime Remastered, would you go for the nostalgic classic controls? Currently playing through Prime Remastered, and the classic controls are fantastic and gives the game a unique vibe and pacing. As always, thanks for all the great content. I don't even remember what the classic controls are, dude, honestly. It has to
do with the C-stick probably and stuff, but I don't really remember. Well, especially in 1 and 2, but I don't really remember.
I think I would only use classic controls if I had a GameCube controller. I would only do those controls as they were designed for that controller. That's the only way I'd do it. Because you're playing these modern ones, like they're made for more modern controllers. You know, it's like the control scheme is made for a controller like this.
And I actually think Metroid Prime 3 used the Wii really well. It was, exactly.
Yeah, you would like pull for like the grapple and stuff like that. Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't know that I would go to classic controls in anything. We were talking recently about Metal Gear Solid Delta and like how much better that game MGS3 just is with like coherent modern controls. And so I imagine Metroid is probably a similar thing, but you're only going to get the original experience by playing it in that stiffer control environment, because I loved the GameCube controller from an ergonomic standpoint. It's actually maybe my favorite controller ever from just how it fits in my hands, like my specific hands. Like I loved it from get the word go, but it is it's a bizarre controller. Yeah. It's just them being different again. Like them being like, we're going to do this other thing. Our competitor has proven twin sticks are vital, but we're not even going to do that. We're going to have we're going to have one stick and then some other kind of like weird stick that's a replacement for the C buttons on the N64 controller. It's like, go fuck off.
Yeah.
So Metroid Prime 3, I think very similar to a lot of like early shit, like Red Steel and other things. It was like, it made sense.
Yeah.
It wasn't always good.
Right.
But, and did you ever play, I never played these games. I did play them a little bit at IGN, but I never played through them. The Conduit.
No, I did not. I remember the ending for one of those games. That's absolutely insane.
I wish they would port those over to like modern Nintendo or agnostic hardware, because I've always wanted to play through those, because they're like about American conspiracies and stuff, which is cool. But
yeah, dude, I need to find the ending for you. The Conduit 2 ending. Okay, spoilers for the Conduit 2 ending right here, guys. So if you don't want to know this, skip ahead like a minute or so. I'm just going to read this thread some guy posted on it. He just said, I just beat the Conduit 2 on the Wii. The ending was very strange. So like the title says, I just beat Conduit 2 on the Nintendo Wii. However, in the ending, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln come out of the portal and tell you they're coming to help you out. Then the game cuts to the credits.
So that was like setting up a third one, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds like something.
What was that studio called?
I don't know, dude. I don't even remember. I was so out of the loop on those games and on that whole thing.
Conduit game wiki. Why can't I remember their name? It's bothering me. High Voltage. I said Spark. That's so funny. I knew it was a High Voltage software. And they released it on Android. That's interesting.
Yeah.
High Voltage is owned by Keywords now. I didn't know that. Yeah, they really haven't done. They did Mutant Year Zero. That was probably the last big thing they did. The Conduit HD on Android. I wonder if they would ever bring these. Who's publisher? Oh, Sega. Interesting. What do we give it at IGN? An 8.6, overscoring everything. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why I was thinking about that. Because that was another game with like sensible controls. We were talking about Zack and Wiki recently, and that's another game with like really sensible Wii controls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think the Wii is actually going to age fairly well from a motion control standpoint, comparable to the stiffer, tanky, single analog stick or D-pad level third-person control and first-person control that we were used to back in the day. Like if you, I was thinking recently about Medal of Honor, the original one.
Yeah.
And I thought that game was awesome. But when you consider how you were playing it, it's like it's a strange one.
Yeah, it's very archaic for sure. But at the time, great ass game.
I remember you would show everyone your papers, and we just thought that was so funny.
That was cool. Yeah, that was cool, dude. Good shit. All right, Colin, it's time for Sort It Out. It's time for us to talk about some stuff in the gaming industry we're not too pleased with, or just think needs a little work. Mine's kind of not like a huge Sort It Out, but I'm just going to piggyback off Ernie right here. Ernie M wrote and said, "Hey, gents, I'd like to issue a sort out to leaks and marketing. Just saw that Leon is in Resident Evil 9 due to a PlayStation Store leak of the deluxe edition cover. While this is hype as fuck, I would have liked to be surprised while actually playing the game. Sorted out leakers and sorted out Capcom for ruining the surprise. Happy holidays and New Year's from Western New York." So, Colin, PSN put up,
I saw
presumably the box art. Yeah. So Leon is in the game. By the time you guys hear this, I'm sure it's already revealed at the Game Awards that yes, Leon.
He looks all grizzled and stuff. I was saying this on Sacred Plus. It's like, why even show him at all? Like, why can't anyone keep anything secret?
I don't.
Even if it'll be spoiled immediately, it's like, why not?
Yeah, well, I think he's such a big part of the game, like a huge part of the game. It would be like not having Jill or something like on a Resident Evil game when she's in it. When it's like Chris and Jill, it's like hiding one of them. I think his role is like that big as far as I'm aware. But I don't know. It's just Capcom marketing hiding it for some reason forever. But yeah, Game Awards, we'll see it.
It sucks. I always wonder about the assets getting leaked and like whose fault it really is, because it leaked on PSN, right? So that could have been Capcom. I mean, it could have been. It actually almost certainly was, unless it was something that was like promoted somewhere where it shouldn't have been, because like you update and upload your own shit. Like I can go and change the text right now on any of the games. I can upload assets to any of our games. So that's kind of on you. You have to obviously send it through certification, and there's like people there minding the store, as it were, literally. But it is probably Capcom that's doing it, because otherwise I've always been fascinated by this. Back in the day at IGN, we would, and I'm sure at Game Trailers was the same, like we would get things early and we would like preload them, and we would leak shit every once in a while. I think we leaked, and it was a big deal. We leaked, like the video team leaked the 007 revival on, I guess that was on Wii or Wii U or something, or no, it was on PS3 and 360 back in the day. There was like a new 007 game, and and they sent it to us. So like, all right, here it goes. And then like we uploaded it and just sent it like live, because wires got crossed. And it always reminded me, it's like, why is anyone sending anyone anything? Just like wait and do it at the very, very last minute. And if your media partners complain, too bad. It's like, we can't risk having something like this happen, ruining our entire marketing approach. So when I see things like that, I always wonder like who's at fault and who got in trouble. Because I'm sure someone got in trouble for that.
Yeah. So yeah, mine's just funny. Is like just fucking leaks, man, by their own company themselves or whatever. Just like, whoops, you guys got to be tight on that. Tighten that up a little bit. Mistakes happen, but it's funny every time. Anything for you this week, Colin? You think needs sorting?
Yeah, I was thinking about just. And it kind of gets into things we've talked about in the past, but just as we get towards the end of the game of the year stuff starts to, and people talk about and reflect on the year. Mm-hmm. And I've seen, just anecdotally, some people being like, man, this year was pretty soft, or this year, there's nothing to play and all that. And I'm just like, shut
I know, it's crazy
up. If you're like one of these people that is holding on to this idea that games are bad and there's nothing to play, you got to find a different hobby.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. You can stay in this hobby that doesn't make you happy, but you're missing everything. You're missing so many games and so many things. And we often beat the drum of like there are too many games, and that's one part of it. But really, it's just that there is a high level of quality because of, you could say it's only because of the mathematical certainty that something is going to emerge out of this pile of thousands of games that's going to be good, and that's fine if that's the way you feel. But nonetheless, I really feel like we're in like a golden era.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm kind of on my own, like on an island where like I look around and everyone's like, man, 1998 was better and 2007 was better. And I'm like, do you really think so? Like, do you really think that from it? I'm not saying individual games. Ocarina of Time was a big deal. Mario Galaxy was a big deal, but it's like, really? I am so overwhelmed with shit to play and like experiences to have. And I feel totally incomplete in terms of my ability to even garner what is truly great and what isn't, because I don't have the full spectrum of knowledge. None of us do, just by virtue of there's just not enough time. Dude, I put out my PSN like wrap up yesterday just because I had 1,336 trophies, which I thought was funny. It was one off from being elite or whatever.
Almost, yeah.
But it had my hours in there too. And some people were sharing their hours and it was interesting. But there are people where it's like, I played for 2,000 hours and I'm like, how?
You think live
I'm
service?
playing for 4. I think my numbers average something like 4 hours every day.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, so what I'm saying is I'm dedicating that much time to playing games and I am still completely out to lunch on the full breadth of what has come out. And the sorrow I feel for knowing full well that good games are falling into the cracks on a constant basis now. So people really have to sort out this idea that we are in I think demonstrably, objectively in a golden era of games. And the golden era might be somewhat perpetual because the back catalog is so expansive and the ability to play old games is increasing by the day, whether you're talking about NSO or you're talking about PS Plus or these analog consoles and all these different things that are coming out, where it's just like, we're just covered with things to occupy ourselves with and we'll never be caught up. And it's so different than TV or film, especially film, but TV too, where like you could conceivably catch up on film, see everything that's necessary. If you grew up into an era where you were always watching movies, it might be hard to go back, but you can keep up. And I just don't think that's possible in our environment anymore. And I do wonder also, as a corollary to this, what does it mean for the economics of the industry? Because I think a lot of people misread it and say like, oh, we're going to have like a game crash. And we're like, no, we're not. Like people are spending more and more and more and more and more and more and more money on games, like year over year over year over year. Like that's going to continue. It's about who wins and who loses. That's and like there's going to, just by nature of the time economy, there's just going to be a shit ton of losers. And that will all sort itself out, but we're not in any danger of anything except for too many players or too many. And by players, I mean studios, too many players on the economic game and too few players on the other rung that receive the games. So interesting times we live in, but that's where my mind is right now as far as sorted out is concerned.
All right. Zach Apuzzo wrote in, said, I want to give it sorted out to, I guess, every single person on Earth except for myself, because Metroid Other M is a fucking amazing game and I'm tired of pretending like it's not. Wow, Zach. Okay. I respect your take, but I respectfully disagree as well. Thank you for writing in.
Thank you for writing in.
Young Colin, severing his arm for a Mega Buster run, said, hey, fellas. Unfortunately, I have a sorted out for Colin. Colin, on one of the recent streams, or sacred streams, I asked you why Metal Gear Solid 3 should have Russian VO dub when he played Silent Hill F with English. You seem to get very defensive over this and almost offended. I was genuinely curious
Such a good
and not trying to attack you. Sorry if I wasn't clear about that. I know you're tired of talking about it, but it still leaves me curious. Cheers, and thanks for the donation.
I have nothing more to say about this topic, but it's funny. It's funny to me how serious I come off to people. It's both frustrating and annoying, but also funny in a way.
Sure.
It's like I just think I'm so obviously being facetious all the time that it's like it's strange for me when people don't read it, and not normal people, but people that know us.
Yeah, you're the heel.
I dropped my pen cap. Yeah, but I don't even want to be the heel. I just want to be like the morose uncle. I'm not trying to like annoy anyone. I'm just
of course
trying to be myself. But yeah, as far as this thing with
just hamming it up a little bit.
Yeah, the MGS the difference. and I could have explained this better. We got off the beaten path when we were talking about it originally, but MGS3 doesn't give you the Russian VO dub. That's the difference.
No option.
I just think that's fairly obvious.
Sure.
Would I play with the Russian VO dub? No. I just think it would be cool. I play games in English because I speak English.
Right.
You guys can all play your games in Japanese and pretend you have any idea what was being said and then judge the quality of it like Dustin does. This great Japanese voice acting. How can you know that? You don't know that.
Right.
In fact, I hear a lot of Japanese voice acting that sounds preposterous, if I'm being honest with you. So,
sure.
But I think it's also a cultural thing, so it's, I don't know. I love busting his balls about that though. I'm like, you don't know what they're saying. And so like, how do you really know? It's kind of absurd when you think about it.
Yeah. I guess it's just the feeling you get from it or whatever, the cadence. I don't know.
Hi.
All right. Time for Keep It Up now, Colin. The exact opposite. Stuff we're pleased with in video games. For me, I'm going to say, I'm going to take a chance here and say, keep it up, Jeff Keighley. You got Half-Life 3 at the Game Awards. It was fucking sick, dude. When Gabe Newell came out and did a kickflip on a skateboard, then announced Half-Life 3, that was good shit.
Very interesting.
Loved it. Thanks, Keighley.
Very
Hopefully
interesting.
That happens.
Yeah, for me, I have here in my notes, I wrote my team. I wanted to keep it up to everyone in the team. You were talking a little bit earlier about this, but I just think everyone's doing such a great job. And I really, I'm just impressed by everyone. Everyone just kind of does what they need to do. The very high quality, very audience oriented, very consistent, and doesn't really require me to do much on the, on the leadership boss function, which I really don't want to be. I don't want to tell anyone what to do. I don't want to be in people's business. I don't want to tell them how to act or how to, do their, take care of their own show. We have just a bunch of individual shows. People kind of do what they want to do with, and yet it all comes together really nicely. And so, I'm really proud of the team as we move into our, 9th anniversary, and really honored to be surrounded by a bunch, not only you, but everyone, but a bunch of great folks that I really love our team, and I'm impressed by the team. And I just, I want to give them all a shout out. Everyone will get their, you already received it by the point that this goes live, but everyone will get their bonuses soon. And I will send them digitally this year. And to show everyone my appreciation for them. And I hope we can keep doing this as a team for many years to come. I have no contracts with anyone. Everyone's free to go whenever they want, but I hope that we can continue to keep this moving. So I wanted to just give a holiday shout out to the team. Yeah.
Shout out everybody. Great team, great people. Good stuff. All right. Infamous Tom 44 wrote and said, hey guys, I wanted to give a keep it up to Colin for being one of the main inspirations for me getting into hockey this year. However, as a new hockey fan, I find myself in a situation I've never been in before. What team do I pull for? Being from Southeast Georgia, I always pulled for the teams nearest to me: Atlanta Braves, Atlanta Falcons, and Georgia Bulldogs. But now that the Atlanta Flames are no longer here, I wanted your advice on how I should go about picking a team. Should I pick a team based on players, history of the franchise, the team name and logo, or stick with the nearest team, which would either be the Carolina Hurricanes to the north or the Tampa Bay Lightning to the south? Any advice would be appreciated. Thanks, and have a great holiday.
I love that he said this where he's like, the Atlanta Flames are no longer here. The Atlanta Flames left Atlanta in 1980, Tom. It's 45 years ago, so they haven't been there in a while. They're the Calgary Flames now, and still are to this day. But you did have another team in Atlanta for a while, from 99 to 2011, I want to say, which was the Atlanta Thrashers. They moved to Winnipeg and became the revived Winnipeg Jets, which was a team that went defunct in the 90s and became the Phoenix Coyotes, which then became the Utah Mammoth. So teams move around from time to time. Three things. Number one, I'm honored to get you into hockey. Hockey is a wonderful sport, and the NHL is a great league. And it is an enormous. I watch almost every Islanders game. I watched the Islanders play the Golden Knights last night from when we're recording, and it's just a fun way to end my day, and I really enjoy it. So I'm happy that other people are also getting that enjoyment. It's it's my favorite. As I say over and over again, the NFL is my favorite league, but hockey is my favorite sport. And it's a game I just know intimately, and I love, and I played. And so it speaks to me, and I'm always happy when I turn people onto it. The other two things though are, all right. So there's two things. One is Atlanta is often talked about as a very logical place to put a hockey team. I don't know that the NHL would try a third time. It's just not working in Atlanta. But that's such a big market that it would seem ridiculous not to try again in the future. And so I say that only in that should the NHL expand again, and I think there's a lot of contention on whether it should expand again. I see Atlanta as like one of those, and always talked about as one of those 3 or 4 places where a team would end up again. And Houston's one of those places, which did also have an NHL team at one point. Kansas City is one of those places, which also had an NHL team at one point. Houston's team were the Arrows, I think. The Kansas City team were the Scouts.
Oh, I'm thinking of Dallas, probably Dallas Stars.
Oh, right? Dallas Stars, yeah. And Dallas Stars were the Minnesota North Stars, and they moved to Dallas in the 90s. So I just want to say, like, there's some hope that maybe hockey would come back to Atlanta. I think part of the reason the Thrashers weren't popular is they just weren't good. But expansion teams are often not good. And so that's just something you have to deal with. The other thing is like, all right, so what team do you pick? This is tough because like I think geography matters, but if you don't have a homegrown team, you're kind of free to select, and maybe it's just you just go where your heart tells you to go.
Yeah.
I do find it weird when people are fans of teams of where they're not from. I don't know how, but it's often illogical. It's like, oh, my dad would like my
family tradition.
Right, exactly. My brother-in-law that I was bringing up earlier, Derek, is from Rochester, New York. He was born and raised up there, which is in Western New York. And that's near Buffalo. And he's a huge Buffalo sports fan, like the Bills and whatnot. And his boys, who all grew up in Virginia, are huge Bills fans. And it doesn't really make any sense. But then you're like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. And so if you don't have that kind of conduit, then you kind of just make your selection. You talk about your team's geography, like the Lightning and the Hurricanes are both traditionally very good teams. So those are good teams to select from. But what's even more fun is finding like the worst team. And then like or not earning it necessarily, because like the people who really earned it are the people who are really fans of them when they've been bad all this time. But there's something very satisfying about watching a team come up. And the Islanders are kind of like that a little bit. They're like a much more respectable team. I've been a fan of them since the late 80s. And they had a 20-ish year period of just complete catastrophe. And for the last 10 to 12 years, they've been a pretty respectable team. They even made it almost to the finals twice. So it's been fun to like watch the culture of the team change and recapture the glory days of the early 80s when they won those Stanley Cups and all the rest. So maybe you'll find a team that will speak to you in a similar way, but the world is your oyster.
Yeah. Just be a Ducks fan.
Ducks, yeah. Where's your Ducks merch and your Angels merch?
We're not a big sports family at all.
But you don't even want to rep, like just to rep your area.
I mean, I would, but I honestly don't know anything about the teams, the players.
Do you see a lot of Angels merch in your area? Like people wearing the hat, like the little halo hat?
I see a lot more probably maybe honestly Dodgers merch because they're just much better probably.
Oh yeah, they are much
bigger
better.
Market.
They are like a super team.
I mean, probably when the Angels won in like the 2000s, early 2000s, I saw a lot more, but they're not very good now.
No, the Angels were good in like the late 90s, early 2000s, but they haven't been good in a long time, probably since the mid-aughts, I would say.
Yeah. I would say I see more like usually more. I mean, I don't pay attention too much, but I see more football stuff usually, maybe. Chargers, Rams, things like that.
Ducks, you don't see Ducks stuff.
I see Ducks occasionally, but hockey is not super popular.
No, I mean, Anaheim's a pretty good market though. Like
it is, yeah.
Like it's a pretty good hockey market. It's like Tampa.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't expect a hockey team to do well there, and yet they're like huge.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely fans and stuff like that. I guess I just don't really pay attention too much to it, but I'll keep an eye out from now on more on that because I am curious now.
Well, if I ever come out and visit you, we should go to a game. They play at the Honda Center, ironically.
The former pond.
The pond, yeah, which I loved that name.
Yeah.
Which was super cool. But
yeah.
I've never been to a game there.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've been to like one Ducks game. It was sick.
Oh, live hockey is excellent.
Yeah. It's like right next to Angel Stadium. They're like right by each other. Good shit. Yeah, well, the Angels I got really mad at because they named it the Los Angeles Angels or whatever.
Yeah, and then it was the Los Angeles. Do you remember when it was the Los Angeles and Angels of Anaheim? That was like the full team.
Yeah, it's so stupid, dude. I'm like, bro, Anaheim's huge.
Yeah,
fucking Disneyland's here.
Yeah,
people know what Anaheim is.
Yeah, I would be annoyed by that too.
Yeah,
like Anaheim's big enough to have a pro hockey team and a pro baseball team. So
yeah,
and there's a lot of money in Orange County.
Yeah.
So
LA is like 40 minutes from Anaheim or 30 something minutes. Like it's not like part of LA County. It's in Orange County.
In my life, they were the California Angels, the Anaheim Angels, the California Angels of Anaheim, and now whatever. What are they? The Anaheim Angels again or something?
I don't even fucking know what they are anymore, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I don't pay attention to sports, but I do root for my local teams if they do well. Like, I want my local teams to do well. Like, Angels, Ducks, for sure. I guess for football, it's weird because we have the Chargers and the Rams. I guess I'd pick the Rams, maybe. For basketball, I would do Clippers just because that's the only basketball game I've been to was the Clippers. And my friend worked for them for a while.
Oh, cool.
But
the Clippers, when we were young, were fucking awful. It's so funny to think about that. They were like horrible. I remember as a kid, like almost to the point, like, why does this team even exist in LA because the Lakers are not endemic to LA. They're from Minnesota, hence the name Lakers. It's so funny. And then the Clippers, like, 15 years ago became like really good. Mm-hmm. And I remember that being so weird. My Bellport, where I went to high school on Long Island, we are the Clippers as well.
Oh,
and our logo is like a ship.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Yeah. Dude, when I was in junior high, our thing was the Sharks, Colin.
Oh, that's sick.
I was like, yeah, that's a good ass one. Yeah. Like the San Jose Sharks.
Hell yeah. I was a big Sharks fan when I was a little kid because they were always my Western Conference team for many years because I loved their logo.
The logo? Yeah, it's a great logo, man. Really good logo.
I'm the only person in probably east of the Mississippi walking around with an Artis Urbe jersey in like 1995, like a fucking nerd. He stole my Artis Urbe, who's their goalie, or like early on is still my favorite player ever. I loved them.
Damn, cool. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, let's see here. Neely 4x4 wrote and said, "Howdy, y'all. I just wanted to write in a keep it up to vibration and haptic feedback. I am completely deaf and have written into Sacred Symbols before, praising LSM for being a great place for me to practice with my, or summons, I don't know, practice with my cochlear implants." How would you say this?
It's cochlear.
Cochlear implants? Okay. That said, I tend to play most games without my implants active, leaving me just my sight and feel when playing. Haptics have come so far since the clunky hand-numbing N64 roll pack. Vibrations help me notice if an enemy is hitting me from behind or provide atmospheric immersion like raindrops for footsteps. Truly good vibes. Cheers. Wow. That's pretty sick, actually. Never even thought of that.
Yeah, it's good. It's like accessibility. I think Sony's actually been really good about this, where like we take accessibility for granted, and I don't think games can by nature be for everyone. Like there's only so much you can do to like make it for everyone, but there are like so many small things that help a more like an able-bodied but disabled in some way, some fundamental way person to enjoy. And Microsoft did this with their adaptive controller as well, which was really cool.
Did Sony have one too? Did that come out?
Yeah, it's the Access controller. It did come out, yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I think that's, and I loved, like, part of me, I think, understands that Sony and others do this because it makes them look good, where it's like, here's an insane level of accessibility options, which they do in like a lot of their first party games. But then you realize there's a major advantage to that, which is that it really does widen the field and help you find new players and people that will become enamored with your machines because you cared. And that goes a long way.
It sure does.
Yeah.
That reminds me, is the Fight Stick out yet? What's it called? The Flex Strike, the PlayStation.
No,
1.
I don't think that is out yet. Let me look. I think that was next year. Let me see.
I'm curious about that. I wonder how it'll be good. Comes with like a cool little backpack.
See. Yeah, it's pre-order or register for updates. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I'm curious how that'll be. I think it's cool they're making their own Fight Stick.
Yeah, I say over and over again on our show, Brad, it's like Sony's big advantage in the game space, I actually think, is that they're an electronics company. And
sure,
it's a risky thing to release too many items. You don't want to go too crazy with it, but they have that heritage and they know what they're doing. And some of the things don't work out well and some of them do. And I think it's cool that they're kind of trying to get more in front of people with a new monitor. I keep saying they should make a keyboard and mouse. I know their in-zone brands and all the rest, like their ancillary brands have that stuff, but like a PlayStation branded thing.
Yeah. Did they make a one in PS2 era?
Yeah, they made a PS1 mouse too.
Okay, I was gonna say I had a keyboard for PS2 because I'd play Final Fantasy 11. I just like I don't know if there's a PlayStation one, though.
I think they made it like because I had the Sega Dreamcast keyboard.
No way, really
and you
cool.
needed that to like plug into the front of the machine. But I think you could on PS2 use any USB 1 keyboard, right?
Yeah, I remember it was a smaller keyboard. It wasn't like a full scale one.
And then they made the ones that go on the controller that were kind of cool.
Oh yeah, dude. I always wanted the do you remember the GameCube like keyboard thing or whatever?
I never even played online on GameCube. What did you use, that Phantasy Star or something?
Yeah, that was it. I think that was about it. Yeah. And on Phantasy Star on GameCube, I never played online either because I just played local with everybody. Shout out Phantasy Star, though.
Yeah, I never took my GameCube online. I don't think even at the time I was like, I knew Phantasy Star and maybe there were some other things, but I don't even think I was fully aware of like what the modem setup was or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I took PS2 online for a lot of stuff, but not that. SOCOM 2, of course.
SOCOM.
Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
I bought the adapter for Madden and then I ended up returning it.
Oh.
I just wasn't into it.
Yeah, mine, like Final Fantasy 11 came with it, the hard drive and everything that you put on the back.
Oh, cool.
I also remember playing Tribes for an FPS. Yeah, on that as well.
There was like a quiet, especially mid to late through the PS2 era, there was like a quiet group of online games. Xbox was really dominating that space, and I think reasonably so.
Did.
But
absolutely,
there were like things going on.
Yeah, I had a lot of friends that played PS2 online. Absolutely. But they did like Twisted Metal Black later, like with online, I think. Like a different version.
That's right. Yeah, there was like Twisted Metal Black Online, I think it was called. It was like a unique version of it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Matt Vidrin wrote in here and said, "Keep it up, Rockstar, for porting Red Dead Redemption to PS5. I've started a playthrough, and even though Red Dead Redemption 2 is a much better game, I am just enjoying John Marston's story. Now, please remake Bully. A PS5 port will not do the game justice."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that Bully will fly today.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, if you had balls, it would easily fly, but I just don't know how many. We're going to see the level of balls in Grand Theft Auto 6.
I just don't think Bully has the cachet and financial return they're looking for, that company. Not even close.
They're
not really doing small games anymore. There's no table tennis shit as far as I'm aware going on.
Yeah.
It's all GTA Online.
We need State of Emergency HD.
Oh, God, that game sucked.
I hated that game. Everyone that had GTA 3 bought that game because it was
I know.
It was advertised.
I remember friends buying. Yeah, friends bought it, I remember.
And I bought it too. I bought it.
This sucks.
Yeah, I was like, this game's fucking I was like, this game is ass. But But because it was on the instruction manual, like the back of the instruction manual for GTA 3.
Dude, it worked back then.
Absolutely. It works. Same thing happened when I bought Saga Frontier.
Yeah.
Which I hated. I hated that game.
Yeah. That's like a fun era when like games came with demos too. Mm-hmm. Like buying a game for a demo.
Yeah, I bought Zone of the Enders for the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo.
Yeah, a lot of people did. I remember that. I bought Dragon Quest 8 because of the Final Fantasy 12 demo, and I ended up loving 12 or 8 way more than 12.
Did the bouncer come with Final Fantasy 10?
That's a great question. I don't recall that. I remember renting the game.
Final Fantasy 10 demo came with one of these games. And it was interesting because I think the demo allowed you to save.
Really?
Yeah, as I recall. What did it come with?
Let's see. What? Bundled with games like Final Fantasy 6 on PS1? Or
was that what it was?
Maybe this is wrong. Hold on.
Final Fantasy 10 so there's a wiki for it. Final Fantasy 10 playable demo. Released alongside the PAL PlayStation port, and it was also included in the 36 demo compilation from the official PlayStation 2 magazine. Is that how I got it? PlayStation Underground Jam Pack? Maybe. I thought it came with a game, but I guess I'm wrong. But I definitely played it.
Yeah.
I remember the fight. It was like one of the fights on the beach with like this big crab enemy.
Yeah, I don't think I played that. I do remember the Final Fantasy 12 demo, I think. I think it was on a beach as well. Huh. Demos, man. All right. Let's see here. Game recommendation. This is from the audience for the audience. Mamba Forever wrote it. It said, "Hello, fellows," or "Hey, fellas. Just want to give a game recommendation to the racing fans among the community. It's called Old School Rally, and it's on sale on Steam right now for $8. Super simple, Super fun game with PS1 style graphics and modern controls. Definitely a good grab for the price, in my opinion. That sounds delightful. I haven't not looked at this, but I saw that and I was like, this sounds just like a good time.
Cool. $8. Can't go wrong.
$8, dude, all day. Can't really complain too much with that.
Nope.
Let me see this. What was it called again? Super old school rally. I used to really like racing games when I was younger, but now I don't really care about them. Oh, this does look sick. Damn. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's not my kind of game, but yeah, it does look
This looks like a Sega arcade game. That's cool shit, dude. Shout out. Colin, do you have a game you want to recommend the audience? Could be anything. Anything at all.
No, I mean, Power Wash Simulator 2.
There you go. There's a game recommendation.
Yeah. Please.
I'm going to give you guys one right now. Hook on Super Nintendo.
Hook.
Go play it.
I loved that movie.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a seminal movie for our generation.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. Rufio.
Do you remember the band Rufio?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Named after him, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was spelled the same or something maybe. I don't know. But yeah, because they had that quote in one of the songs I remember. The Rufio. Cool character.
Yeah, he was a cool guy.
Never mind, I won't say it, I guess. No one's ever seen it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. Sure.
All right. Colin, Metal Eden. What is this?
Metal Eden is a first-person shooter made by Raycon, the developer that made the 2019 twin-stick shooter. Why can't I think? Ruiner. And it's published by Deep Silver. This game runs on Unreal 5. It came out back in early September, so it was amongst the glut of games. It was actually first shown at a State of Play earlier this year, and I really, really liked it. I platinumed it. It's a first-person shooter, not unlike Doom. I think very inspired by Doom. I think it's Doom meets Vanquish meets a little taste, like little gameplay taste of games like BioShock Infinite with a skyhook and Metroid Prime with you can turn into a little ball and like go around, spin around. You're a female kind of android-esque soldier enemy or character named Aska, Aska, I think it is actually Aska.
It's so Aska?
Aska, yeah, Aska maybe.
Yeah.
The game is cool. It's short. I think you can probably beat it in, depending on what difficulty you're playing and how good you are, maybe 8 to 10 hours.
Oh yeah, that's great.
It's 8 or 9 chapters long. I think it's 8 chapters plus like a last boss fight. There are some bosses in the middle. And it's very Doom-like in that you don't aim down sights, but it's and it's very fast. There's no run button. You have double jump unlocked immediately. So it is a very kinetic and fast moving game. I think where it differentiates itself from Doom, and it's not, I want to be clear, it's not as good as any of the Doom games, but especially in this new trilogy of games. But where I think it differentiates itself and stands apart is that it's not quite as micromanagey as a Doom game is. So I was making fun of Doom recently, and were you on the show? Yeah, we were on the show. Yeah, where I was like, you got to like burn the guy with the flamethrower, and then you got to melee him, and then he's going to drop this specific ammo type for this gun, and then you got to use that gun on him. Then he'll drop another ammo type, and like there's a circle of things you have to do in Doom that's fun, that makes you use all your weapons, and I think that's cool. It's like you're going to use all this shit because you're going to run out of ammo. You're going to need to use the flamethrower, the melee or whatever to kind of get this guy to shed some shield, and you're going to need this and that. This game's not quite like that. And I think that there are positives and negatives to that, but I think it makes for a more fluid and interesting game because you can kind of choose. I think there are 8 weapons in the game, and you can kind of just choose what works for you. You have like this assault rifle that has infinite ammo. So it has no clip. So but it has an overheat. So you have to kind of manage that. You don't want to, like, you can use it for like, a few seconds, and then you got to stop. And if it overheats, then you can't use it for like 10 seconds or whatever. And then you have 7-ish other weapons that each have the ammo, but there's a universal ammo. So there's not like an ammo for each type of weapon or each weapon, but rather each type of weapon. I think there might be like energy ammo and whatever. And another thing I really like about the game that I think is really cool, and again, this lets the game move more fluidly, is this idea that, so when you go into like an arena in Doom, there might be like a shield somewhere and like some health somewhere and some ammo somewhere, but it's gone when you use it. In this game, the arenas are set up with like certain pickups and they respawn. So like there's a timer over them. So like there'll be like in the far corner of this arena, there'll be like or the set piece, there'll be like a piece of armor and you go pick it up and then there'll be like a 30-second timer over it. And so like you run away and like go around, wall jump and wall run and get away from it. And then you go back to it later and it's there again. And so it allows you to kind of farm and be a little bit more deliberate. I used only really 2 weapons in the entire game. When I platinumed the game, I had to use a lot more weapons, but so I beat it 3 times. I beat it on hard, and then I beat it on brutal, and then I beat it on easy my 3rd time through because I had to go and clean a bunch of shit up. And the brutal playthrough is fucking hard. It's like really hard, but it was fun. I mean, it was rewarding. I did it. And I really like the confluence of the way things all come together. The speed. So again, very recognizable for Doom fans. A certain level of speed and kinetic energy in the game, just constantly moving. You can't stay still. So again, very much like Doom, like if you get stay still, you're just going to get mowed down. So you're constantly running around. You can slow down time a little bit. You upgrade your character. The entire game is based on these things called cores. And cores are like representative in the in-game lore of like the actual individual, like the brain of the person. So Asuka or whatever is not really a person. She's an android. And it's very Helldivers-like in that when you die, you're basically making another fabrication of the same character.
Oh, okay.
And so she can like has this ability to rip the cores out of enemies and use them as like grenades or absorb them and like take their energy and their armor or whatever. So you have like your right hand with a gun and your left hand is always like almost magic shooter like grabbing things and like absorbing them or throwing them back at people. It's pretty cool. You get ice bombs or ice grenades that you can use in a few different ammo types wherein the enemies have armor, and if they have armor, then you use a laser type weapon to destroy the armor. Then you switch back to your bullet style weapons and you kill them with that. So it's pretty cool. And the whole world is basically takes place in this floating city that's called Mobius. That's above this. I think in the lore of the game, like Earth is just fucked up, and they go and they find this other planet called Vulcan, and then they build. I think I don't know if it's because Vulcan, like they're mining the surface of Vulcan, but I don't know that it's livable. So they make like aerostat cities. I don't know if you know much about like Venus. There's like a suggestion that you could live in the clouds of Venus. It would be like totally fine and ambient. You would have to have a breathing apparatus, but you could actually be out there even without a suit. You just wouldn't be able to breathe the air, but it wouldn't like kill you. The temperature would be right. Everything would be right. The pressure would be right. But if you go to the surface of Venus, obviously you get crushed like a fucking sardine can.
Yeah.
And so I think it maybe a similar thing is going on here where they have to kind of live in the atmosphere. So you go to this city called Mobius and your character is basically going around trying to find these elements of this AI that's like running amok and like different components of this AI. And there's a whole story around it and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I like you collect dust as a currency in the game. It's called dust. And you use that to upgrade your weapons. And then you use the cores that you find. Sometimes you find these very specific cores. Usually when you're like an arena is over, you'll find one and you'll be able to upgrade like your character. So you can make yourself faster or you can make your shield more powerful or whatever the case may be. And what's cool about it, this is going to be a little frustrating for people. They did add a new game plus feature, which I did mess around with, that allows you to kind of ameliorate this, but they're very limited with what they give you. Like you will not be able to upgrade everything or anywhere close to it. So you have to be like very selective with your weapons, with your individual.
I think that's cool for a first playthrough. I like that shit. Yeah. You gotta make choices.
And I think I didn't get to the game when it came out in early September, so I didn't experience this at the time, but I think what frustrated people was this idea that it was like a finite experience and there's really no way to like use your character again. Even if you use chapter select, it would bring you back to like a frozen version of your character when you started that chapter.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you couldn't max everything out even. Yeah,
like you can't mine it. So then they eventually updated it and add New Game Plus, which I did do, and then you're able to go through the game. And what's cool about New Game Plus is it's a 5th difficulty level, no matter where you start. Like New Game Plus is its own difficulty level that's like mega hard, and they remove all of the story components. So it's just you playing the game, and I think it's really, really cool and really fun. So you can play it real quick. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a really nice game. I think there are some technical issues with it, some frame rates stutters, but the big thing, and I was saying this when we streamed it, Dustin and I streamed it, was screen tearing like crazy. Like
no anti-aliasing,
just a ton of screen tearing, and it's always in the center of the screen, and it's always annoying. I don't know like what's going on with that, but that was a big technical issue. You kind of see it at first and then you just kind of get over it. The game moves so quickly and is so fast. You can kind of mitigate it with like motion blur a little bit, but not really. You're still going to see a tear, but there's a problem there. And a lot of people are experiencing that. That might be a problem for you. And I don't know. I think it was $40 full price. I think I paid $20 on sale, which seems appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Because I bought that Dying Light and Hell Is Us at the same time, all on sale.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Good pickup, dude.
Yeah. So I recommend so again, this is not for everyone. If you're into Doom, I absolutely think you should check Metal Eden out. I will say that when we streamed it, people weren't that into it.
Really?
I get anecdotal, but our audience wasn't blown away by it. I was a little surprised by that because I thought it was incredible fun, but it might be one of those games that you got to play.
Yeah, for sure.
So would I pay full price for it? Probably not. I mean, I would, but would I recommend it for that? No. But if you can get it at a discount, I do think it's
$20-$30. Yeah, maybe
$20 is a steal. $30 would even be good. Yeah. And
cool.
It made me want to. I love the style of the game because I brought up that it's like Vanquish, and it is just in that and I love Vanquish, which is the old Platinum third-person shooter, just in that techie, mechanical spirit of, and just how fast it is and how it's a little bit silly. And so it really reminded me a lot of Vanquish, and I'm just so fond of that game. Yeah.
Cool ass game.
It made me interested in Ruiner, their original game, which I thought I didn't play, and I don't think I did, but when I went to buy it and I already owned it. And it wasn't a PS Plus game, so I'm like, I just bought this game at some point. So it obviously attracted to me at some point, but I never got into it. That's
so funny when that happens. And sad, because you're like, fuck.
Yeah, like, when did I buy this?
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Rycon. I'm curious to see how it did. I really don't know, but I liked it a lot. And it's definitely worth it. If you're an FPS guy, single player FPS guy, yeah, definitely worth a gander.
Keep an eye out for it. All right, Colin, let's end the show with some write-ins from the audience.
Sure.
First, we got Player X here. Merry Christmas, nerds. Colin, did you get the next wave of Jada Mega Man figures yet? Who do you think, or what do you think? They're pretty awesome. Exponentially better than the 94/95 line.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Based on the cartoon. Brad, do you partake in any toys yourself? Get fucked and stay fucked, gentlemen.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
The 94/95 figures from I love the cartoon back in the day, and I remember seeing it on TV and being, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't even believe it. And then they released some of the toys, and they had like Bomb Man and Bright Man and a few others, and they were cool. But these are like exponentially better. I didn't get them yet. I ordered them, but they're in my pile of loot at the toy store, Big Bad Toy Store. So I have to just get that shipped because it just goes into that thing automatically to try to save you shipping. They look great. I have heard that Jada is saying, or Jada, or however you say it, is not going to continue. Which I'm like, you have got to be kidding me, right? Like, you are on you got through all the boring ass Mega Man 1 robots, and now you're finally getting into Mega Man 2, and you're like, yeah, Mega Man 3, and we're like, yeah, we'll do like Snake Man, Woodman. All right, we're done.
Yeah.
Like, really? You're going to stop before Quick Man, before Metal Man, before Shadow Man, Magnet Man? Come on, dude. Like, I am so frustrated by that because I was like, when they revealed that they were like going to do Bomb Man and all this, I'm like, that's awesome. There's no more Mega Man 1 enemies. It's over. They did them all. So now they got to move on. And they're like, yeah. I don't know if they're just not selling that well or they just want to do other things or whatever, but it's like, or there's licensing issues.
Yeah.
But I hope that ends up not being the case, but it sounds like they're at least going to put it on ice for a while. And I'm like, that sucks. Like, I thought, because really anywhere they go from here, it's like, whoa, because they gave us Bubble Man and Woodman and Snake Man. I think that's it. And it's like, dude, Gemini Man.
Oh, Gemini Man would be so cool, dude.
Like, come on, dude. Crash Man.
Gemini Man and Shadow Man would be awesome.
It just seems like they picked the most I love all of the villains in their own way, but it just seems like it's like you chose kind of the weird ones too. It's like you could have started out a lot stronger. Instead, it's always Cut Man. It's always Iceman. It's like, enough.
Always Guts Man. Did they do Guts Man?
Yeah, they did Guts Man. They did all 6 of them from the first one.
Okay.
But it's frustrating because now there's this new line of like really nice toys that are coming out, like just one-off kind of Mega Man-esque toys, and it's like Cut Man. And I'm like,
always, dude, always Cut Man.
Almighty. Like, why don't you get it? Enough. It's what I always complain about with G.I. Joe. It's like Snake Eyes, Storm Shadows, Duke, Roadblock, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Duke, Roadblock, Scarlet, Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, there are literally 1,000 characters. Like, are we kidding?
Yeah.
So the figures look awesome. I just was, because I was like, dude, are we going to get to like 4 and 5? And you're going to get like fucking Toadman. And like, just like, I was like getting so excited. I'm like, we're going to get a full run. They're going to do a full run of these things. I don't think so.
This will never happen, but I want Clown Man.
Clown Man? You get that Mega Man 8. I mean, that would be a dream come true if they got the Mega Man 8. I did have, for Mega Man 8, when I went to a comic convention when I was in high school in like the late 90s, I got a model, like a Japanese model of Swordman.
Really? Yeah. That's cool.
Which was pretty neat. But I like put it together all fucked up and it ultimately fell apart. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
What bothered me about Clown Man is he says, I'm Clown Man. Like that was his whole thing. I'm like, oh, God.
The voice actor in that game. Legendary.
The idea of a Clown Man is dope.
Yeah.
That's like the whole idea.
His stage, dude.
Yeah, it's like, it's all like a madhouse, right? Or like a fun house.
Like an amusement park, madhouse, yeah. Yeah, it's good shit, dude. All right. In terms of toys for myself, I don't really buy toys that much. I think they're cool. I buy Legos sometimes. Like I have the Zelda Deku Tree up there on my shelf. Cool. You can't see it right now. And they're going to do a new Ocarina of Time set. I think it's, the Ocarina of Time, Colin, with refight Ganon after Hyrule Castle's like flooding, he turns into Ganon. I think that's going to be the set they do. Oh, cool. So having a Lego Ganon sounds really sick to me. Sweet. So I want to buy that.
Oh yeah, I got my Ganon right here from Ocarina of Time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Ganondorf from Ocarina of Time right there. I have some figures. You can kind of see them at the bottom of my shelf, kind of, but I have Final Fantasy VII figures that are like designed after the artwork, like the original.
Oh, those are the ones from the late 90s? Because
they're new.
Oh, okay. I have Vincent from that particular run.
Yeah, like here's Vincent. Like they're designed to look like they're PS1 sick. Versions. Yeah, they're newer though.
I love that.
But I have Cloud, Tifa, and Vincent because that's like my party I would use in that game.
Cloud, Vincent, and Tifa. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I in the late 90s there were a few good runs of toys. Like they were good. Yeah. They were good Pokemon toys. Yeah. I have Team Rocket figures still from that.
Really? That's so cool, dude.
Let me see. Yeah.
Getting figures.
Yeah, so I have like
wow, Jesse and Jace. Yeah. That's cool, dude.
Yeah, I always loved Team Rocket. They were great. And then there were great Zelda toys for Ocarina of Time, which was I just showed you.
Yeah, I saw a link in the box.
There were great Final Fantasy VII toys.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the one. I have that. Yeah. I have that link on my shelf. And then and there were I don't know if you remember this. This was a big one. It was Metal Gear Solid. Had a really great.
I vaguely remember those toys. Yeah, I remember seeing them in stores.
I had Psycho Man. I don't even know where they are because I think I might have left them at IGN or something. I had Psycho Mantis and Cyborg Ninja. I want to say. They might be valuable now. I don't know. But yeah, those were like little EB accoutrements when you go to like EB or software, etc. or whatever. I bought a bunch of those.
FAO Schwartz.
FAO Schwartz.
I had one in my mall.
I went to the real FAO Schwartz one time in my life. I
went to it. Yeah, it was cool.
And I remember they had like my parents wouldn't buy me shit, by the way. That I remember, like, because it was so expensive. But I remember they had like the most insane G.I. Joe diorama like I've ever seen in my life. It was so done. I was like, whoa. And then it would be surrounded with all the figures you can buy and stuff. And they wouldn't buy me shit. They're like, this is half as much as down Toys R Us or whatever. I'm like, all right.
I think it's a toy store still. It's not FAO Schwartz though. Well, there is like a toy store I remember in like that whole Rockefeller area, I want to say.
I think FAO Schwartz, as we understand, I think went out of business in like the 90s, but then I think the name still lived on. Like someone bought it or whatever.
FAO Schwartz is such a weird name
because it was like a department store for toys, basically. The one in New York City.
Yeah. Because like, what was it? Home Alone? He goes to that.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever went to that one.
And Big, I think in Big he goes to it. Do you remember that?
Maybe I do. Yeah, the piano.
Yeah,
I feel like I've been to a toy store that had that piano.
That is FAO Schwartz, I think.
Or maybe it was a one by me because we had one here at this mall by me. It was like a really nice toy store. Mm-hmm. It was not, of course, like the New York one, but
because I think I think FAO Schwartz started during like the quainter handmade toy days and like all that, and then like when it became brands, I think that kind of destroyed it. When it was like it became action figures and licenses and.
Yeah. I don't know if it's still around in New York, dude.
I think
Maybe
the
it
New York
is.
City, like that was prime real estate. Like I don't know how you could even
Yeah.
sit there for if you're not making any money.
Yeah. Dude, shout out FAO Schwartz. All right, let's see here. Raisin wrote and said, "Happy holiday, summoners. Normally, I use the Christmas break as a means to catch up on games I haven't played yet. Next potential game on the docket for me is Ball Pit. Colin, would you recommend Ball Pit as a good Christmas break game? For context, I quite enjoy auto battler genre. I dual platinum Vampire Survivors and Brotato. I'm not concerned about disliking it from a genre perspective. My main point of contention is the base building. Is it tedious or does it slip into the background? Knowing my love for the auto battle genre and platinum and Vampire Survivors and Brotato, would you recommend Ball Pit? Colin. Hope all's well, boys. Appreciate the hard work and I appreciate the content over the break. Hope your holidays are swell."
Yeah, I 100% recommend it. I think it's right up your alley if you're into those kinds of games. The base building stuff does seep into the background. I think you just need to, you can pay to build as much as you want, but like every time you play a game and then you get back to your town, you have an opportunity to build again. And you just need to make sure you're using that opportunity to build so that it doesn't stack up on you later.
Mm-hmm.
You unlock more and more territory, and that in and of itself becomes its own Arkanoid style breakout game, and you're moving your buildings around and stuff. And it actually, it's not the best. It's not the best part of the game, but it is satisfying because it's important. It's an important part of the game. Like if you don't do it, you're going to make the game way harder. So, and you have to build to like unlock characters and do a bunch of shit. So you just make sure to mind it and always be doing something and use that time wisely. And then by the end of the game, you'll have so much money and so many resources and all the territory you need. And you will, like, I finished building everything long before I platinumed it. So I don't think you need to worry about it because you have to beat the game with every character. So, which means beating every stage with every character and so on. So you're going to have your hands full with just that.
Yeah.
Great game though.
All right.
One of the best games of the year.
Yeah. DJ Housecat wrote and said, "Merry Christmas, Summoners. This question is for Colin. While I know you're not into video game content, I was wondering if you have heard of or have any intention of playing the Angry Video Game Nerd 8-Bit. It's an actual 8-bit game made for the NES with heavy Castlevania and Mega Man influences. While the story is skippable to the non-fan, the amazing sprite work combined with the tight gameplay and great level design is surely enough to please any NES fan. Take care and have a great holiday season."
Yeah, Limited Run is doing this, right? Or someone is with like real NES cartridges.
Yeah,
it's similar to that Mini Mage game that came out. That was an NES game, like a real NES game.
That's fucking cool. It's like an actual
it's super cool
NES game.
It's super cool. That's complicated because making games on those old engines for that old architecture is complex and it's like a dying art. So, and it's way harder than it has to be to just put it on Game Maker or something like we do. So I think that's really cool. I actually have no problem with the Angry Video Game Nerd. I remember even watching him. He was
he was like a huge internet figure.
And he was like popular. Really one of the first to be like a video game YouTube video. I don't even think it was YouTube. It was like his own website or somewhere else. Was it eBaum or something? I don't know where it was, but it was like I feel like it went to YouTube later. But I think Dagan is the one that introduced me to it, and I thought he was funny. I think he's really wrong about a lot of games, but I think that he created a lot of the zeitgeist around old games. Like Simon's Quest is a game we always come up like where he destroyed that game. And I actually really do think it had a material effect on how people perceived that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he did the same thing for Fester's Quest, which I think is a great game actually. So
yeah,
I think these games are just very stiff and old, and he would know that better than anyone because he played them at the time. But I think it has a lot of influence on the way people see games that they didn't play or grow up with.
Sure.
But I think he's very funny and obviously a great businessman and all the rest. So yeah, I've seen the game. It does look cool. I am probably not going to play it, to be honest. But the 8-bit, or it's not even 8-bit. It's more like a 16-bit style game that's coming out imminently. It'll already be out by the time the show publishes. Is that Terminator game?
Yeah,
that they've delayed like 17 times for
that
no
game
reason.
Looks cool, dude.
So, but yeah, shout out to them. They're not the only podcast with or show with their own games, though.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Another one coming soon.
Even that, I was just talking about Twin Breaker and Tri-Breaker. Like those literally are sacred symbol shows, or sacred symbol games rather. So
they sure are. Yeah. All right. Daniel Larson's Toothbrush wrote and said, "Dear Summoned, what was your most memorable non-video game Christmas gift? As much as the DS consumed multiple Christmas gifts of mine throughout their releases, I'll never forget opening an envelope, seeing paperwork for a year membership to my local skate park. Shout out. to Charm City Skate Park. That's a cool ass gift.
That is cool. I got a lot of cool stuff. Like I would get the occasional hockey jersey or
new hockey stick. Whew.
Yeah, I would get equipment like a new glove or something like that. That might be like the big part of my present because those are so expensive.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got a lot of cool stuff, but a lot of it was centered around games and toys. I mean, by the time, what's funny is if anything's funny, it's that I used to be disappointed when I get clothes, and then by the time I got to high school, I like wanted clothes, and then you just kind of stop getting presents.
Yeah,
and I'm cool with that. I've been begging my family doesn't want to hear it, but I'm like, we do like gift exchanges and stuff, and I'm just like, we don't need to do this. Like, what are we doing? We all have so much shit. I don't want anything. You know, I love like exchanging gifts with my spouse or like a good friend. And I love giving gifts to like the kids in my family, but like, I don't really want to do this, you know? So it's funny how much it changes over time.
Yeah. For me, I remember when we were very young, my brother and I got these two, we each got one, a Ninja Turtle skateboard. They're fucking sick, dude. You know, like the 80s ones.
I know exactly
what
you're talking about, like the prefab one. I think I know the exact board you're talking about with like the little...
Yeah, I think mine had Leo on it. He was always my favorite because he was blue.
Oh, yeah. Leo was my favorite, dude. Blue plus katana.
Yeah. Good shit, dude.
Like easily the best one. It's like not even close.
Yeah. Oh, you Donatello dorks out there.
Yeah, like I always was like puzzled. Like I knew people that liked the other ones and I love them all, but I was always like, those are your favorite. Like Leonardo is not your favorite.
Yeah.
You want to play with fucking nunchucks?
Favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. I love Michelangelo because he's a fucking stoner. He's hilarious to me. But they're all cool. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they're all great.
But yeah, skateboards are always good gifts for me, for sure. All right, let's see here. Derek Beek wrote in and said, what's your favorite snowy game environment or location? Mine has to be Batman Arkham Origins Christmas Gotham City. While the game as a whole may be the weakest of the trilogy, I think that setting may be my favorite for the way it captures that almost isolating feeling that snowfall on a winter night brings. So sad it's been totally forgotten about by WB. Yeah, it is sad that.
I really think that Rocksteady had a lot to do with that.
Probably.
Like when they were like, it's like it's the Arkham trilogy. It's like there are 4 games in the Arkham. Plus the fucking spin-offs on DS and Vita and all the rest.
Blackgate or whatever.
Blackgate. I tried so many times to play that game and I just didn't like it. I was just like,
I heard it's bad, dude.
Yeah, it's not.
I never played it.
Blizzard Man stage in Mega Man 6.
Blizzard Man.
I think it's supposed to be like a ski resort kind of thing, which is cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I think The Last of Us does awesome winter scenes as well.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff.
When you're at like the resort. That's a very like somber, silent part of the game.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, absolutely. One I think about Colin often is either Majora's Mask, the mountain, with like the crying Goron baby when you're coming up to it going, just forever. And I think of Cool Mountain from Mario 64, which is the one with the penguin, the big penguin you race down the slide. Not saying it was the best, but those are two that pop into my head every time.
Sure.
Oh, dude, and the snow area from Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if you remember like the snow town.
Oh, yeah.
That you get to right after snowboarding, then you go up the mountain and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
You could even use Narsh from Final Fantasy VI, like the beginning of Final Fantasy VI has got cool snow.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. Great snow locations. Narsh, cool ass town. All right. Let's see. Minnesota Twins fans wrote in 92. Hello, gents. Keeping it brief, are we getting any closer to the Robot Master tier list? Merry Christmas and thanks for another year of great content. Okay,
I'm ready when you are.
This is my fault. I'm the one behind. I need to get through Mega Man 6 at least. But I have to, Colin wants to do all of them, so I'd have to get through 11. I am on 6 now. So I'd have to do 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11.
Just get it done.
I mean, this year, the goal.
I was thinking about this too when we're ready to do it. I'm pretty sure the Legacy collections have the option to just jump into the boss fights and even play them, I think, without getting hurt, if I remember correctly, to like study them. And it would be cool to just do that as we went through like all the different bosses.
Yeah. To me, like the stages are a big part of it as well. But like being able to just hop in and get a little memory refresher would be good. So yeah, I'll get back on the Mega Man train because I've never played 7 and I want to play through that. That sounds fun to me.
What we should even do is like I can just play through the games like a few at a time on stream, and we can just go through them as we go, and then kind of categorize them.
Yeah,
that would be fun, and then we can just do it that way. So we'll pick that up in January.
We could pick out like the best from each game, then do like a bracket with the best from each.
Sure.
And pick the true Robot Master.
Sure.
Yeah.
A lot of good options.
Dude. Yeah, lots of good options. So 1 through 11 we'll do. All right. This is from Mike R. Said, hey, Sumner, speaking of Christmas gaming traditions, do you guys wish there were more games that were Christmas themed or set at Christmas time? Every year in my house, we rewatch several Christmas classic movies and listen to the same Christmas songs, but it's just not much of a thing with video games. There's Miles Morales, Batman Arkham Origins, Dead Rising 4, Freezy Peak, and Banjo-Kazooie, and not much else. Do you agree that there's a lot of untapped potential here to create Christmas classic video games that you could revisit this time every year?
There definitely is an opportunity. Astrobot's DLC was pretty cool for Christmas.
It was, that was great.
But there is an opportunity. It's just a huge risk.
It is.
Like you can be sending your game into oblivion. Think of all the Christmas movies that no one gives a shit about. There are so many.
Hallmark, dude, they got a monopoly on that now.
So I think that like if you're going to do that, you got to do it really well. And it's hard to kind of aim for that. You kind of just have to do it because that's where your heart is and hope that it kind of connects with that time of year. It's like Die Hard, how everyone always says that's a Christmas movie. And technically it is, but it's like, it wasn't made to be a Christmas movie. People see it as that because it's funny and it's like memorable. And you kind of almost have to hope for a similar level of treatment for your game. In a way, like making a game like The Division where it's stuck on Black Friday forever, which is awesome, is kind of the best way to do it. And still really, and it was brought up earlier by someone else, but it's like, that is kind of the best example in my mind of like a Christmas game. Like a real Christmas spirited game where there's just dead Christmas trees everywhere and like Christmas lights everywhere and stuff. And it's just like that for years. It's a little horror. It's a little horrifying. It's spooky. Yeah.
Here you go. Ebenezer and the Invisible World. I've talked about this before. It's a Metroidvania where you're Scrooge from Christmas Story.
Cool.
So there you go.
There's the classic, the Stone Cold classic.
The Stone Cold classic, Ebenezer and the Invisible World. I need to play through this. I played the demo and I was like, this is kind of cool, actually, back in the day. Shout out, $10. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, $20.
It's just so dangerous to like do that, you know?
Yeah, it is.
You don't want to like be associated. Well, it would be cool to be associated again backwards to a time of year, but you need to be available to everyone.
Yeah. But yeah, there is a market. You're right, dude. I'm looking at this. He got like a cane upgrade weapon, dude. It was like glowing red. Sick.
It's cool. It's a cool idea. Yeah. So every year there's always like a couple of Halloween like side scrollers and stuff like that. People try to like get that going. I just think it's dangerous.
Yeah, it is. But it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dude. We're done. Yay.
Hey,
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays, whatever. Hope you all have a good one. Hope you get to hang out with some loved ones, play some games, relax. I know me and Colin will be relaxing.
Oh, yeah, man.
Big time.
Definitely.
Big time.
Playing Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Might kill myself before the end of the holiday season.
No, man. You're going to like it. You're going to like it.
I'm sure it's going to be fun. And I don't have to play with the pressure of people watching me and stuff, and I can like actually just absorb it.
Yo, put it on beginner. I'm not kidding. Put it on beginner if you want to see all the content.
Yeah.
Some of the bosses are fucking hard.
What'd you say?
I said some of the bosses are fucking hard.
Yeah, I mean, people were saying I was getting bitched out, but I was like, I don't think this game is that easy. But I'm not playing well when I'm being watched. And
it's different than streaming for sure. 100%. I get it.
So I'll see what I can do. But
I'm saying if you want to fight the secret bosses and see them, put it on beginner. Trust me. It's a tough ass game because it's archaic in a lot of ways. Super archaic.
But I'll get through it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it, Colin. That was fun. Reminiscing about Christmas and all that good shit. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. We greatly appreciate it. Hope you have a good break, too, as well. If you get a chance to take time off, unless you're going to be working. Have a good time at work, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Good luck.
God bless.
Good luck. Our content will keep rolling out for you.
Yep. That's right. It won't stop. It'll be like we never left.
Nope.
All right. We're out of here. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Summon Sign is a product of Last Stand Media and Colin's Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Brad Ellis. The show is produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Summon Sign, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we are grateful for your kind contribution and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.